And welcome to Eastern Reserve, which will see the Interleague round of football to take place here this afternoon. Geelong District Football League taking on Colac and District Football League once again. And we are looking forward to the afternoon here. The good thing and the good news is the moment is the sun is shining and you probably can't get any better conditions that you would need for football here this afternoon. Joining me in commentary here this afternoon, we have Archie Burley. Welcome to you, Arch.
Thanks a lot, Smithy. Obviously, no grubby today. It's a big out, but I'm sure I can fill his shoes in the special comments section. I've been watching him over the last 18 months. I've been ready for this moment to be able to jump in and take over. So let's see how I go today. And what a day we have for football as well. We couldn't be blessed anymore by the footy gods.
Yeah, mate, as I said, the weather is definitely turned, especially since I left Bannockburn here this morning. Got halfway across, got through Inverleigh. Rob, it was all right at Inverleigh. Got a kilometre out of here and it was pouring rain again. So it's a very interesting day. But welcome to you, Rob Cameron.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dale and Archie. It's great to be back. Really enjoyed sitting in this box some years ago, and I'm looking forward to this game. I'm a bit nervous at the start. You go to these foreign games, you don't know one in the opposition. We could be a bit rough in the first half until we acclimatise ourselves with all the new players. But the concept of this is really good. I do love it to see the best of the best, all under 23-year-old players in both teams. It was a ripper game last year, and I must also point out there'll be a game of netball here this afternoon as well, and the game last year was spectacularly good. I'm sure both will be great showcases for both leagues today.
Yes, and Arch, a special runner, trainer. I don't know how they keep dragging in, but Matthew Lewis is gracing the field of this great game here this afternoon. I'll put you on your hands, Hart, just for a minute because I'm going to try and catch up with a bit of paperwork here for a minute.
That's all right,
So
Dale.
between you and Rob, you can go for your life.
We are absolutely blessed today to have been, the GDFNL have allowed us to take the emergency. Maxi Dalla, welcome, Max. Good to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
No worries at all, mate. First off, Max, just like to ask your opinion on Interleague. Obviously, your first year training in the squad. What does it mean to you? Do you take a sense of pride in it? We know that years gone by, they had problems with players being able to commit to it. We've gone to the under 25 version. I think that it's picked up a lot of pace around the league. I love it personally. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I loved it. Even the training sessions, just fun to have. All the boys have been bought in as well. I know that everyone was keen to play, even the blokes that are just unlucky. But everyone just bought in. They all wanted to play, and hopefully they'll have a good game today.
Exactly, and you mentioned the training just then. Do you find when you've got the players, the upper echelon of players, when you're usually training your Tuesday, Thursdays of a club, you're always going to have reserve players in there. You're always going to have, you're not as good senior players. But when you've got that high class of youth, do you find that the training centres, like the ball didn't touch the ground?
Oh yeah, that ball was just zipping through. I didn't see it touch the ground once. Even on Thursday night when it was pouring down rain, just didn't touch the ground.
No, that's good, mate. It's what we like to hear. Would you prefer, I know, Dale, you've touched on this before, that you would like to see Interleague maybe played at a different time in the year so we could have, the players were allowed to have this break. We know some players choose not to play we're missing players from both GDFNL and the CDFNL today because of they're away, they choose to have the weekend. That's completely up to them. Do you think there's a place for it to maybe be at a different time of the year, or do you like where it is at the moment?
I like where it is at the moment. It's just halfway through the season. If you want to have the buy, you can have the buy. But I think most people under the 25 GD want to play, prove their skills, and show they're bought in.
Definitely.
Just want to get some clarity. It is under 25. I'm sure last year it was an under 23 concept. Is this one different, Doug? Can you remember?
No, I think it was 25
It was
last
25?
year. Yeah, I think so, because there was a question mark on a couple of players last year that were playing in the side, and I think it was 25, Rob. I'll be 100% sure.
Okay, so it still doesn't alter the fact that we're going to get the best of the best. And I think that, Maxi, that's an interesting point that's made about the quality around you because every side, even the better sides in the GDFL, are probably going to have a little bit of a tail in the group, particularly with your own club at the moment. Thompson have gone through a lot of issues with injuries and change of players. So to be around and have like-minded and evenly skilled players around you in a game situation, it should mean that we're going to see a pretty good game today for that reason.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone pushes each other to great standards, so I'm positive these boys will come out firing. They were all keen before, even during the week.
I know Geelong's not that big a town. There's a lot of camaraderie out in the group. You obviously haven't got that just in a week, so there must be a lot of fellas that, for different reasons, already know each other, got a lot of respect for each other, and got a little bit of a choir on in the background there. So that also helps build up a bit of team spirit pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, a lot of these boys actually knew each other. Like I know Tate from my junior days from Werribee. I know the North Geelong boys, but yeah, everyone's just gotten close, even if you don't know each other. Like Harmsy, we're all close with him now, so it's good.
Does help.
Just on obviously the coach Paul Lynch, you've been blessed to play under him for this your fourth season under him, winning a flag in your second year as well. Do the boys do they talk about how good of a coach he is, and just in the few interleague training sessions you've had, and what's it like being coached with someone who's had such an illustrious career coaching and also playing?
Oh, Lynchy's an amazing coach. He's just straight to the point with you as well. We won't beat around the bush, tell you the truth. But yeah, everyone loves him. You can even ask Thompson boys or the Interleague boys here. They won't say nothing bad about him.
That's good. And two more. One of them is who do we look out for today? Who maybe we might not see as much on a Saturday. You don't get to cover every team every week. Who's impressed you in the training that's playing today that you think we should keep an eye on that we might not usually be watching as hard?
Oh, I think Zane Jones. He's an athletic freak. I didn't even know this, but his vertical leap is insane and his speed. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
He's my one to watch.
We hope he gets up today because we might see a Routley's high mark of the day. Just lastly, Maxi, to ask you this: I think you're going away this week. A bit of a mid-season trip. What's your opinion on players? Obviously, they're not as committed this day and age. This day and age, what do you think about players leaving mid-season? Because obviously it puts the club in between a rock and a hard place, especially at the point Thompson is. They need you out there. They need you playing. And yeah, so you've decided to go on this holiday and leave Thompson in the dark a little bit. But I also understand that everyone needs their break now and then. So how did you come to that decision? How was the conversation that you had with Paul Lynch when you let him know that you're going to be leaving for nearly 2 months?
Oh, well, I actually didn't tell him. His son did. So he broke that. And then he told me. So I wasn't happy with that. But no, I think sometimes you just need a break. Like, played 3 years straight without a break. So, and I just thought, while I was young, go to Europe, have some fun, and yeah, do what you want.
Especially while the season's not going that well. Max, you probably picked a good season, mate.
I picked a good season.
It's been a while since Thompson's been in this position, so if you were going to leave, it's probably the year to do it, I reckon, mate.
I reckon I picked the right year.
No, definitely. No, we can all agree there. Now, well, we really appreciate you coming on today, Max. Unlucky missing out today, but I'm sure for the next couple of years, you'll be very close to it, and hopefully the GDFNL can get the win today.
Hopefully they do. Thank you.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, Max.
Good on you, Max. Thanks for coming in, mate. That's we appreciate that. So, as I said, we'll try and get into this game here this afternoon. As I said, most clubs I think are represented. I haven't been right through the full list to tick them all off, but I reckon we've nearly got a representative from each club in the side, which is good to see. And obviously, there's a lot of players we know that are not available this week for a number of reasons. And that will be something that I suppose in years to come, if this continues, which we hope it does, that everyone can make themselves available for this weekend. Because I said it is to highlight the league and how they're going. And it's always nice to come up to someone that was, I suppose in the game, it was very, very competitive this time last year. And as I said, the GDFNL did happen to get over the line last year, Rob, but I tell you what, it was a good game to watch and we wouldn't have wanted the game to go much further, I don't reckon.
Yeah, I was in the rooms and we were standing behind the timekeepers, and the last quarter, if you remember, went for 41 minutes.
I think that was the case. I remember that actually.
And it was really exciting because Colac were done and dusted. They were out of the game. Geelong had not really necessarily dominated comprehensively the 3 quarters, but they always looked like they had control of the game. And in that last quarter, Colac really come back at them. I think they got in front at one stage late in the game, and then Geelong snuck another goal. I think it was a point that late that separated the two teams. But for spectator-wise, the last quarter was a superb game of footy, so we're hoping to see that on display again today. There's a couple of interesting players in the Colac team that will have some interest for Geelong listeners. Geordie Lyons is at Birregurra. He spent some time at St Albans, and you're talking about taking mark of the day. He had his picture on the Colac Herald last week, standing on someone's head at Alvey. So he's capable of producing the same thing. Joel Cooper played a lot of footy with Colac in the GFL as well. He's gone back to his club at Apollo Bay.
Coach there, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. Juanito Ramos, who Dale and I called quite a bit. He was a youngster, broke into the into a good Bannockburn side as a teenager, and he's been in the wilderness a little while, but he's playing footy at Illawarra and going particularly well from what I can gather. And Paul Price had a son, Jai, who played at Winchelsea, and his younger brother, Jet, will be playing for Colac today as well. And Cooper Handley's at Birregurra. His father, Stephen, played heaps of footy for the Cats. And they're the players that I've been noted as ones for us to watch out for today.
Very well analysed there, Rob. Some of the players in the GDFNL team, obviously, we focus on them quite a bit more. We get to see them every week. So, who are you excited to see here today, Dale? I think Boston Riccardi, when we saw him in the round one game early in this year, he surprised me how much of a ready-made footballer he was. I mean, coming out of underage football, he just looked like the temperament and the class that he had, the balance when he got the ball as well. His decision making, he looks like a mature footballer. And I think Grubby said a few times as well this year, to quote him, he reckons he can go further. So I'm excited to see how he goes today.
Yeah, look, he's. I suppose you've got the Ricardis, and they're good movers across the ground, and that's what you like to see. As I said, I reckon the day we saw him a couple of weeks back, he was pretty good against Bannockburn. Seems to have plenty of time around him, and obviously is a good finisher around the goals. It's a pity his brother's not playing here this afternoon, because with the two of them in the side, as I said, it's would have been good to have them both running around on the ground out here this afternoon. But as I said, there's some players there I'm looking forward to see. Cameron Primmer, as we know, I think second on the goal kicking list at this stage. So he's an important player, I think, for up there. You got Herschel Carr at full forward. We know the ability that he's got to be able to kick goals. So between the two of them, if they can work somehow in random or in tandem, I suppose, with Saliba as well, you've got three quality forwards up there that can actually kick some goals. And that sets them up pretty nicely, because Reece Ginn, we think, is probably one of the better ruckmen we've seen during the course of the year so far, as in consistency from the games as well.
Probably from definitely the games we've seen, but even the games or not, he's had a good all round year. He's always getting in the best, and I think it's not just his ruck work, but also he's just like another midfielder there. His work rate around the contest is really good. You mentioned Carmelo Saliba. One thing from the game last week, we saw them play, that I loved about him compared to maybe seasons gone by, is how selfless he is. He's always bringing his teammates into the game. He's almost, you'd say, he's too selfless at times. He could have shots being more open, but he's always looking to give it out to a teammate, and that's what you look for as a coach. And so, yeah, really watch out for him today, because across the half forward line, he just brings all his teammates into the game, and he also got that special knack to finding the goals when he needs to as well.
That's been part of the game. I think he's changed over the last couple of years, and that's all credit to him that he's gone out that way. But as I said, Rob, Benny McPherson's obviously the captain of this side, I think, here this afternoon. So that's a pretty good honour for Benny. I haven't seen the Belmont Lions play this year, so he's one bloke I know that can play football, and hopefully he can have a pretty good hand in what shapes up as I said. I suppose he'll be forward as well. So there's a few strings up there for the Geelong side.
Yeah, definitely. McPherson was a name I remember calling years ago. He was a sort of a light young fella with Belmont Lions, but he was starting to make his name. But he's clearly developed into a pretty hardened, seasoned senior footballer now, and leads his club at home. And the fact that he's been selected in this team and then picked as captain shows a lot about his credibility within the group, because you're looking down the list, there's a lot that could have been chosen to lead the side. So if he's stepped up, and let's presume that it was Paul Lynch and the other coaches that did pick the captain, it says a lot about the way they feel about him, and he's going to have an important role today. You mentioned Reece Ginn, and the word on the Colac side is we're not going to see a traditional monstrous ruckman in this game, because Ginn's that lighter, high leaping type ruckman, but it seems that Elijah Reid, who will do the ruck duties for Colac, is not a big man either. He's just 6 foot, if that, but he's strong and works really hard, runs hard. So it'll be an interesting type. Yes, he did.
I reckon, yeah,
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 he did.
because now I can't remember who rucked for us last year in the Interleague game. Maybe.
There was a Bannockburn player who went in the ruck. I watched the game during the week, Kunchka,
Oh,
and
yep, Josh Kunchka.
he hasn't
That's
played since last year, about halfway through.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
actually, be a good question to ask Ronnie, actually, at some
yeah,
stage, whether he is still playing, or whether that injury is a long-term one. He's decided to give the game away. I'm not
yeah.
too sure.
I don't think he's
But
got it
he's
at all.
another, as I said, good kid, good jump, 6'2" or 3. Would be very handy coming back into the Bannockburn side, I can tell you.
Definitely.
So we're not going to see a traditional clash of ruckman in this game. So it'll be sort of like an extended midfield group that I think they're going to be more active in that way around. So that work around the stoppages will be very interesting to see. And it may be Gin that's able to get up over the top, and if he continues the form that he's been showing at Bannockburn, could be a really influential player.
Few sorry, Dale. A few lawn players as well that aren't playing today. They're on a surf trip, and as we said, that's they're right. They want to take this week off and not play the game. But Paddy Hughes has come from Torquay, VFL experience for Geelong. He would be probably one of the better players in the CDFNL. He's not playing today, along with Cole Fox, who would also be in this team, and James Hughes, Paddy's brother, big full forward. So they're missing some talent as well, but both teams are. So hopefully it evens out.
Yes, I'm certainly looking forward to it, and the possibility of some of these young players that may catch the eye well, if not a GFL club, maybe there's some that have even gone on and maybe pushed towards trying out at the Geelong VFL or even go sneaking down to Werribee. It's a great opportunity for these young blokes to show their wares to a bigger audience.
Well, as I said, they get the opportunity now. Because I said, when I wake up this morning and looked outside, I thought this is going to be a lousy day for interleague football. You want to put on a spectacle, but if it's going to be raining and drizzling and slippery, we're probably not going to get that. But we are lucky enough, as I said before, we've now got some conditions that will contribute to having a good game of football. The obviously defence. I know we looked at the defence of our side. There's some regular players who play back there, but Benny Melville, I see again, only what's been put to print. Is he going to play centre half back, do you think, or he's another bloke that actually does a bit of ruck work for East Geelong? So
We've got Will Stoney there as well, and watching him throughout the year, he's a very solid backman. I think he might go to full back. So yeah, someone like Mulville could fit in there well. Jelenik as well will be in the
yeah,
back
he's been good.
line.
He's been good.
Yep. Just looking through the team as well, there's a lot of midfield talent going through, and of course, these midfielders they can probably play anywhere. So yeah, you can put them across the half forward line.
We saw Daniel Harms against Thompson a couple of weeks ago.
He was
He was
unbelievable.
exceptional, was his marking ability and be able to read that loose man behind the play.
That was one that Max mentioned just before. The way that he reads the ball off the boot. Now he comes off his player as well, not fearful that it's going to get out the back, and yeah, his rebounding, kicking as well is definitely a highlight. Roy Dixon is one that we've seen. He's recruited to Thompson this year from Torquay. He's playing seniors at Torquay. He didn't have the best game a couple of weeks ago against Anarchy, but he's a lockdown player, a bigger bodied defender. So you'll see him go to one of Colak's key forwards.
The forward line, obviously Herschel Carr's a great eye catcher, very effective forward, and I think in a team like this where he's got more talent around him than he'd be used to on a Saturday afternoon, he's one that could really shine today.
He's got the opportunity to do that. As I said, I suppose Maxie just spoke about the quality of ball movement at training during the week. As I said, it's you've got some of the best running around it together, and that's what you'd be hoping for. So, as I said, they've got a number of options here they can play through their forward line. Like Bailey Kelly's another bloke that plays up forward for Bannockburn and is a good marking option. So, Cooper Vaughan I think he got 5 or 6 goals, I think, a couple of weeks back.
Yep,
could have even been more. So they've got options to go through there. And as I said, I don't know that they're great in height, and that's probably I suppose, inconvenience out here. I don't think so, because it's a bigger ground and it will suit with the amount of space that they've got, that they can all run and get to the position they need to be.
Yeah, well, just looking at the makeup of both sides, it looks like it's going to be a run and carry game, because there's no 6'4" monsters that are going to dominate key positions there. They're all shorter or even lighter framed players. So I think the ball is going to be whipping up and down the ground pretty quick, I hope.
Yes.
And even just on the midfield as well. I mean, you've got a plethora of talent here. Paul Lynch, Ronnie Pilgrim, Peter Ricciardi. They probably have a headache right now trying to pick who's going to be starting that midfield. I mean, you look across the list of names, just oozing with talent. You look at McPherson, Hannessy, Murdoch, Hall. You go down the list. We've seen Marnie go through there. I reckon that would be the toughest job right now, picking to see who's going to start in the midfield.
Rob Wilson Mack has come out from Bell Park's playing it in Fort Bannockburn this year. He's been pretty important. Unfortunately, Hawker is another player from Leopold that's come out to Bannockburn. He would have been ideally suited out here this afternoon because he's a bloke of he's probably about 6'4", runs and jumps. As I said, I spoke to Timmy Barton weeks back. He reckons he's one of the worst players to play on because he's so quick across the ground, but he's just his vertical jump. He said, I had no chance of competing. So, as I said, there is a number of players that could go into these sides, but what they've done is they put their best available out here this afternoon, and let's hope that, for both sides, we get a contest like we saw 12 months ago.
Yeah, and I think the highlight of the day, and I agree with you this morning, it could have been anything, but it's blue skies, it's sunny, the ground's in really good nick. They've probably had 30 or 40 mil of rain up here, but it's soaked in very, very quickly, and it's just going to be perfect conditions for really good footy. Looking forward to it. Some of the players and I haven't seen for a while. I know Ryan Perkins was one who'd tried himself elsewhere, come back into the Bannockburn side, and he's developed into a really strong, reliable defender as well. And expect him to probably provide some support for Will Stoney. And interestingly, like you, I was surprised to see where centre half-back Mulville was picked because when I last saw him, he was a lightly framed winger half forward, and now he's turned into a centre half-back. So he's obviously developed a bit of strength and consistency in his footy as well, Dale.
You'll see Austin's not available, so that's he's obviously the other one that could have been in this side, but for some I'm not too sure why he's not available. But he was. I think he played pretty well the last time we had here 12 months ago. He was one of the better players. So.
Yeah.
Benny Melville's always been that, I suppose, that player that I know in the last couple of years they have to have or had to use him as a second option in their ruck at East Geelong, but that may continue today. As I said, they've got a number of blokes that can go back. There we are. Breakfast has arrived. That's what we'd like to see.
Thank you, Colleen.
Just in the nick of time. So actually, we can look at the game's not too far away from starting here this afternoon. We might throw back to the studio and get. Run a few sponsors there for us, and that will give us a little chance just to catch up in here. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
We're back here at the Eastern Reserve at Winchelsea for Interleague game, and it's a very exciting Geelong and District Football Netball League, the Colac and District Football Netball League, and we've just been handed very large and very delightful hamburgers from the Winchelsea catering committee. So it's going to be a case of taking the opportunity between mouthfuls to make a contribution to the broadcast. And at the moment, Dale is focused on getting his protein levels up for the sport this afternoon. So Archie, you and I might take on a little bit. Have you got a list of the umpires for today? And do we have got a combination of Colac and Geelong?
I've requested them. We haven't got a list thus far.
But it'd be fair to say that the umpires look as young as the players, Archie.
They do, and I think, do they get a combination? Is that correct? A combination of the CDFNL and the GDFNL umpires, Rob?
Yeah, well, I imagine they're certainly trained in separate areas, but they're under the same banner, so they'll receive the same coaching instructions. And there's been some really good youthful umpires I've seen come through, but they normally have a lot of senior experience with them in games. There's usually one with a couple of older, more experienced umpires with them, but there does look today to be a couple of extra younger faces. There's certainly one or two older ones out there, but it's great to see the umpiring fraternity using this to give their own young participants the opportunity. And look, it's great to see. And I still say that the quality of umpiring in local footy is better than the stuff we see on television.
Yeah, definitely right. I agree with you there, Rob. And it's a great way to bring, you said the umpire fraternity, bring them through the ranks. Usually they start off with boundary umpiring. It's good to get really young kids into that, get the meters into the legs, and then you see them transition into field umpiring. We must say the field umpiring this year has been terrific. We've had so many games where there's been a lot of pressure on the umpires, and they've done a great job to keep their cool, especially the young ones, and stick with their decision, especially when the AFL keep changing these rules and introducing these new rules. It's hard for the players, but spare a thought for the umpires. You've got to keep up to date with these rules and keep trying to change the way that they officiate the game.
No, I think it's very good, and I'm looking forward to seeing the umpiring, because if the conditions are perfect and with the skill of the players we talked about before, the ball should travel up the ground quickly and with great skill. And of course, in that environment, the umpire's work is so much easier. And I think any good umpire will say the better quality of the game, the easier it is for them.
We do have the umpires, Rob. So on the field, we have Jack O'Neill, Riley Trickett, and Douglas Evans. The boundary, we have Hamish Perrott, Liam Muir, Benjamin Pilley, and Alex Brower. And then the goal umpires, we have Tegan Holmes and Nate Patrick.
Oh, congratulations to them all for being selected, and best wishes.
That's Grubby's team, that team. That's his favourite job out there. Usually loves to get the umpires on board.
He does.
Gives them heaps of praise on them. So that will continue. Obviously, Rob, your job or Archie's job today to let them know how they're going.
All positive feedback it will be, I'm sure.
Yep, they'll be out there doing their very best, like every other player out on the ground. So
there's Colac coach Kane Learson, who very, very good quality footballer for the Colac Tigers in the GFL, well known to many people in Geelong, and he's heading up this youthful group from Colac.
Does he still coach down that way?
No, he did coach Birregurra, but I think he's stepped away from that. So this will be his.
I think in the interview last year on the corresponding game, the interview pre-game, and he said that just with having a young family, trying to run a business, etc., gets a bit difficult. But he loves still being involved. He's a footy head. So an opportunity like this to coach the CDFNL, he always take up.
Players moving into their positions now. It would appear that Winchelsea are heading south.
Sorry?
Winchelsea? We're at Winchelsea.
That's right. Yeah.
Geelong and District is heading south.
More southeast of Winchelsea.
Oh, habits. I spent a bit of time out here in my youth, Dale. This is where I played senior footy. So I've got a bit. I might probably do that again through the afternoon, I would suggest. So I apologise in advance for that.
Don't worry, mate. It won't be the first, won't be the last either, I can tell you that. So, but we do know that obviously it will be Reece Gin going up against Reed in the middle of the ground. Players started now. Ruckman go at it. Gin brings the ball down. Parrish leads in the race for the ball. Also with him was Hutchison, but he's been held up in that contest. Again, can't get clear of it. And the umpire is going to come in very quickly. Let's hope that's the order of the day. Make a decision, get in there and do it and move it on. So the ball now Another ruck contest. Again, taken out of the contest, this time by Gin. Long kick going to the forward line. Carr went back towards the ball, trapped it, is able to spin back in his right boot, got the handball back inside, put his team under a little bit of pressure out there. They were able to keep the ball moving now and chip the ball backwards into the hands of Murdoch, who will finish with it. He put it down, got the handball back outside though, and again they work through Riccardi back into the forward line. Good contest down in there, and it's come out. Umpire now has blown a whistle. There is a free kick going to Bannockburn now. Going to go to Geelong, and it's going to be a free kick to Primer. So we should know this ground pretty well.
Second in the Wayne Tyreland medal at the moment. Having a very good season so far, Cam Primer.
Got double figures in one outing, and that gives you a lot of confidence.
Certainly does. So Primer from the forward pocket will have an opportunity now to kick Geelong's first of the afternoon. From about 40 metres, kicks that goal. I'll tell you what, that has not even deviated 1 inch. The umpire looks straight up over his head. Geelong District have their first goal. They are on the board. They are one straight. Colac yet to score. We have just gone 1.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
It was a bit of a grubber going forward, wasn't it? Murdoch dropped the mark and he should have taken, but no, they figured it out. The Raiders got some good movement going on the outside, and Herschel Carr did really well to keep the ball in when it looked like it was going to go out. They kept the ball alive, and then Primer does what Primer does, kicks the goal, and he's approaching. I know these goals don't count to his yearly tally, but he's getting close to 40 already this year.
So Gin and Reid will contest again. Gin got up, but it was Reid whose hand had dropped it down into the centre circle. Players desperately trying to get hold of it. No one can get clean possession. Tackled immediately. That was slightly high. The umpire let it go, and we'll have another ball up just outside of the centre circle, slightly favouring Colac's end. Reid again grabs it out of the ruck himself, tries to get away. He's caught, and the umpire has penalised him for holding the ball, and Jed Hennessy will take the kick for Geelong. Kicks it forward, and coming out to take the mark is Riccardi. Hand passes to the running Harms. He kicks down in the forward line in the general direction of Herschel Carr's come out, grabbed it on the run. His kick's been intercepted. Colac defence desperately jumping on the ball, but the players are really going in hard there, which is great to see at this early stage of the game. And I guess that nerves is going to make the skill levels just a little bit. They're not quite up to standard at the moment. The players just struggling to get hold of the ball. Ruck contest, Reid gets a very good slap, but it goes over the back of the pack towards, I think that was Camilleri to kick it forward for Geelong, was it? It's been touched through for one behind. So 1-1-7 for Geelong. Colac yet to score, and we've just gone past the 3-minute mark in this first quarter.
So the ball will be brought back in now for the fullback position. They're going to come club room side of the ground. Price is there underneath the contest, but over the back, ball gets knocked to the front of the contest. Picked up there, McPherson, who actually didn't pick the ball up, went back and got it the second time. Got himself out of trouble now. Handball goes over the top. Hennessy had hold of it, but his kick was smothered off the boot. Ball back over the boundary line. So a throw-in to take place in front of the club rooms here, at all the social club rooms, I should say, at Winchelsea.
Let's watch Herschel Carr. He's gone to the goal square. He wants the one-on-one. He's one out.
So ball thrown back in now. So ruck contest again, about half forward line, taken out of there again. This time by Reid. Couldn't get clear of the contest once again. Comes out, ends up with Murdoch. Murdoch goes to the lever. He was tackled. Maybe didn't have the ball, but maybe showed it a little bit to the umpire. Now there's been a whistle blown again. Missed something there. And it's going to be a free kick in that forward pocket.
Number 9.
Yep, Murdoch again. Been prominent early in this contest.
One of Belmont's better players the last couple of years as well. Had a couple of good finals as well last year.
So he steps in from the forward pocket. He was actually touched off the kick, and it's gone through for a minor score. Just didn't give himself enough room there. 1-2 now, Geelong and District. Colac are yet to score. We've just gone 5 minutes, and it's to be brought back in for fullback.
A long kick out of defence from Colac. That is a very, very long kick, and accurate kick. Can't quite hold the mark there. On the wing was Swain for Colac. The ball has wobbled over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in front of the scoreboard showing Geelong 8, Colac 0, and we're 5 minutes into the first quarter here at Eastern Reserve at Winchelsea. Ball's coming back in. This time it's Mulville's going to take the ruck work with Reed. Reed grabs it, can't quite hold it, falls to the ground and quickly coming out, trying to grab hold of the ball for Geelong. There was Camilleri again, but it's coming forward for them. Another pick up there. Oh, the players are really struggling to get any purchase on the ball at all. I guess it's nerves. It's certainly not a lack of skill. There's plenty of endeavour in there, but players just not clean yet. I'm sure that'll come as the game opens up. Mulville again, he gets it out wide this time, but coming through there for Colac was Frampton. Tried to get away. He's tackled very quickly. The umpire will have no choice but to ball it up again. We're in centre wing, far side of the ground. Players still trying to find their mark at this early stage of the game. Mulville gets a hand on that one, but Reed knocked it down towards his teammate after that. That was Joel Cooper, and there's big raps on him. Very strong midfielder from Apollo Bay. Will be one of the leaders in the Colac team today. Throw up again after a step down. There was a player grab there. The umpire didn't notice that. It's coming out of the back of the pack, but he has noticed it this time, and it's a free kick, and it'll go to Geelong player there.
Possibly Riccardi, is it?
He kicks it low into the forward line. All mark drop there that should have been taken by Hickey. And he's immediately dragged to the ground when he tried to get a second purchase on it. We'll have another ball up right on the 50-metre arc. Mole slaps it down, looking for a teammate there, but Colac defence quickly jumping on it. It's come out of the back of the pack. Geelong kick forward now, looking for McPherson there in the forward line, but his opponent was just a little bit quick, got out in front of him, took the mark, gets across into the forward pocket there, and marking for Colac is Jarvis. And he's looking for options. There's not many. Defensive efforts from Geelong are very good at this stage. So he's gone long down centre wing. It's over the back of the pack. Coming through there is Camilleri again. He gets it across to Mulville. He kicks long into centre half forward. Over the head of a teammate there. Colac defence very strong. Whacks it out towards the wing. Coming through strongly there is a Zybel. He loses possession of the ball. Kick quickly into the forward line for Geelong. Carr and Hennessy going for the ball, beats them both, and will go over the boundary line right beside the behind post.
It's a free kick. It's coming back. So
right.
appealing for downfield, but because it was in the kicking motion, the free kick looks like it's going to go to Banjo Hickey from Bellpost Hill.
So I reckon he's probably going to be just inside the 50-metre arc when he kicks the ball. So it's going to be a good 50-metre kick will be required to clear the pack. He's pretty confident directly in front, so he's got all of the gap to aim at. So Hickey now, that little run out to the right, does not. Oh, yes, it does make the distance, hit the post just above the padding, and another behind of Geelong takes them to 139. Colac gets the score, and we're now up to the 7-minute mark of this first quarter.
So ball again to be brought back in from fullback. Yeah, players look like coming to clubroom side of the ground. Long kick out. Again, Reed up in front. Can't finish the mark. It's going to be at ground level now. Ball's out of the contest. Picked up. Price. A little boot goes across his body and out of bounds. And it's going to be a free kick going to Geelong once again.
There's the lasso coming out, Dale.
Yeah, the lasso. Asked to play on now by the umpire. And it was a good bit of work there. Gin picks the ball up. Goes out the back to Perkins. Perkins tackled. Brought to ground. And he was had no poor opportunity there to get rid of the ball. Umpire agrees and will come in and he will ball it up right on centre wing. Looks like Gin and Mulville will do the changing from centre half back at this stage. Ball tries to be pushed through there by Frampton. It ends up goes back towards Murdoch. Back at ground level, and it's going to be forced over the boundary line. Seibel once again was that player taking it over.
Colac are yet to get the ball over halfway.
Plenty of opportunity, as we said, in this game so far. Ball now back with the umpire thrown in. Reed front position. Again, taps it back. Picked up out there, Hennessy. Well, he had it, lost it. Goes back now and picks the ball up. Was Marnie. He was also brought to ground. And umpire will come in once again.
It looks like the surf's a little bit wet on top, doesn't it, players? Struggling to grasp the ball.
So Reed obviously gets front position. Mulville does nicely. Gets over the top of the player. Kent now with held ball. Hennessy holding him up, and again, umpire will call for it back. So we've had 3, so expect a free kick to be pulled pretty quickly here. Ruck contest. Reed gets the ball down. was coming through was Lyons, but he couldn't pick it up cleanly. And we're back in another contest for the umpire. Good thing is he's calling it quickly and not getting too many players in on top. So ball thrown up once again. Mulville front position, Reed over the top. Did nicely, swings it back towards Price. He tries to run along the boundary line. This time it is stepped over and a throw-in will take place.
He's got quite an engine, this Elijah Reed, hasn't he? He's not a big man, but he's very tenacious around the stoppages. He's going to make it hard for Geelong all through the day. But
I reckon he rucked nearly solely the whole game last time too. This time Mulville tries to tap the ball down. It's picked up out there. Hickey didn't take clean possession. They worked the ball forward now. Murdoch picks the ball up, got a little handball out the back. Hall goes back to Hickey. Hickey to centre half forward. That's a good use of the ball going forward. And this time Herschel Carr is in space by himself. Can go up and look at his first goal of the afternoon. We'll kick from right on 50.
Definitely got the distance here, Dale, and we've seen him do it before many a time. It's a beautiful kick of the ball as well, and he's one of those players, a confidence player. If he kicks his first, just watch out.
So Herschel Carr now stepping in towards goal. Approaches 50. Kicks at it. He's got the distance, but the accuracy is also there this time. He's happy with that kick, and he gets his first of the afternoon. Geelong now have their second. They're 2-3. Colac are yet to score. We have gone probably just on 10 minutes in this Buckley's Entertainment first quarter.
Oh, beautiful work from Herschel Carr. As we mentioned, he's been an out-and-out star for Pario this year. Not having as much talent around him as he would have liked most weeks, doing it most himself. But we see he's more of a selfless player when he's got those options inside. We saw him set up the first goal, and now he's kicked one himself. So a great start for Herschel Carr.
so Gin is back in the ruck, but he's still battling with Reed. Gin gets over him, taps it down, but into the hands of a Geelong player, immediately tackled. That looks like Hennessy. So we'll have a second try up. Gin again gets it out towards Hennessy, but just goes over his head. Coming through again, Hennessy trying. Gin gets it, handballs it out to a teammate, tackled immediately. The ball's bobbling around again. The umpire's found a free kick.
He runs it with the umpires anyway.
And it's going to Murdoch, is it? He kicks long and low into the forward line, over the back of the pack. Colac defenders. Oh, that was a little handball error. As the hand was grabbed just as it was about to hit the ball, drops at the feet. Geelong were able to repossess, but tackled immediately, and another ball up. It'll be just inside the 50-metre arc. Geelong in attack with a lead of 15-0 at this stage. Quick kick out from Colac towards the boundary line. Running onto the ball and grabbing it is Morrissey for Colac. Hand passes inside to Price. He kicks down the line over the head of the pack. This is the first time Colac have gone into the forward line. They've only got it just past the centre. Still under an enormous amount of pressure, and numbers for Geelong will win the ball back again. It's Camilleri gets it over the back of the pack and a quick into the forward line, but it's Price comes in and takes an intercepting mark for Colac. So he'll be able to hand pass to a teammate running past, or that his ball is intercepted there and comes back towards Colac. They kick forward through Hooper out of the halfway. It's the first time they've been inside their 50 for the afternoon, but it's the strong defence of Geelong. Parrish gets a handball. He hand passes it out, but it's been intercepted there by Sanders for Colac. He still can't get possession. He's in and under it again, Sanders. He's been pushed. He's been held. The umpire says everything's okay. Give it to me, boys. 60 metres out, half forward flank. We'll have another ball up. 15 plays 0. Just go past the 14-minute mark in the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter. Gin gets his hand on it. Doesn't really hit it anywhere. Parrish is the first onto it for Geelong. Kicks it forward. And running out to take the mark is a Saliba on the wing. Hand passes inside to a running Mulville. He kicks low into the forward line, looking for Carr. He stood back waiting for the ball to go over the back of the pack, but a long reach from Colac's defence brings it down, and they win possession. Get it into the centre of the ground. And their marking is Grist. He has it just on the back side of the centre, kicks long onto the half-forward flank, looking for Reed, who's gone forward for a little rest. That was a clever little tap-on from him to a teammate coming out. The ball falls forward to their leading forward. He gets a quick kick over his shoulder there. That young fellow there can't see his number. Not sure who it is, but it's the first score for the Colac side. 1 point on the board. Geelong 2-3-15 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter.
So the ball now goes through the bands of Harms, and Harms delivers the ball straight up towards Parrish. He takes the mark, or didn't take the mark. Harms on the 1-2, gets it back again, goes out towards centre wing. That's a nice way to kick. Mark has been taken out there, and that is by Kelly. So Kelly moves the ball quickly. That kick wasn't as good.
That's a
And it's going to be
horrendous kick.
turned over, and the mark has been taken in defence. So they go back towards centre wing. Mark taken out there by Sanders. He's on centre wing, far side of the ground. Opportunity now to steady things down. Wants to bring the ball back inside, but changed his mind. Little chip up over the top. Again, kick will be okay. So they continue to maintain possession of the ball. They've got it now on true centre wing. Another kick this time in towards their half-forward line. Gin from behind. Good spoil. Strong spoil over the fence. And it will be a throw-in which will take place. Half-forward line. This time Colac have got themselves into their attacking end. 16 minutes gone. It is 2-3-15 to Geelong. Colac one behind. New ruckman coming in there to do the ruck work. Looks like McPherson's doing the ruck work for Colac. Ball comes front of the contest. Again, trying to work his way out of the contest may have been Parrish, I think. I'm not too sure. But been thrown up once again. Ball comes out. I've got a wrong name down there, I think. That's why they look at that.
I reckon it might be Matheson who's come on as the second
Might be
ruckman,
there.
giving Reed a chop out.
Just watch the set up here. Geelong District put one behind the ball before.
Ball now from that ruck contest goes back towards centre wing. Saliba did nicely, got through the contest. Umpire said high, so he wins a free kick. Quick kick going forward was okay. Mark was taken out there. The quick hands was good from Primmer. Got the ball outside and again to the pocket. Has one grab, has a second. He has taken the mark in the forward pocket. And we'll line up or go back and look at his second. Possibly around the body here, I think. He's going to take that option. So Herschel Carr with one for the day so far. Plays on now. Kicks round the body, brings it back, and this time it's taken it across the face through for a minor score. 2-4 now to Geelong side. Colac are one behind, and we have gone almost 18 minutes in this Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
A bit of heat gone out of the game, Archie. That started to get a little bit more system. That was probably the best passage of play, 4 or 5 possessions in one segment there, which is the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, definitely. I think Herschel Carr will be ruining that missed opportunity. They're working hard for him, the Raiders, so they're going to take them when they get them.
Carmody takes the mark at centre half back for Colac from the kick in. It's Paddy Carmody. He kicks the ball out wide there and taking the mark is Swain on the half back flank. Hand passes the fullback who runs past there. His kick falls short of a teammate. And again, Geelong are back in the hunt. It's a 2-1 out there, but there's a lot of tenacity on the ground trying to get hold of it. I think the umpire's going to have to come in and ball it up. We've seen a lot of that. Players just unable to get a clean first possession.
Maybe a bit of nerves, do you reckon, Rod?
Yeah, I think so. I reckon that'll open up as the game goes on, and these players are too good for that to continue in these conditions. So comes back into the middle again. Players falling on the ball. There's going to be another ball up. We're half forward flank in Geelong's forward line. They're leading 16-1, and we're just coming up towards the 19-minute mark of the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter. Ball over the back of the pack, quick kick forward. Saliba couldn't hold the mark, but puts plenty of pressure on the defence. The umpires found that he, in fact, the player was held, and that player for Colac will be. No, it's not Handley. Short kick into the middle of the ground there. And taking the mark for Colac is Kent in the middle of the ground. Runs on, kicks down forward. That's a nice kick. Not quite held the mark in the forward line. Coming over the pack now is Murdoch. He gets it out towards Kelly. Kelly's trying to pick it up, taps it forward. But the advantage goes to Paddy Carmody. He gets it back to his teammate in Jarvis.
Oh, wow.
Intercepted. And it's gone out of bounds. Right in front of the Colac coach's box.
Well done from Jelenik there. He made 3 efforts to get the ball out of bounds and then made the smother again. So a great defensive play from him.
Boundary throw in right in front of us. It's Matheson. Gin goes over the top. Gets a bit of a whack at it. Coming out of that is Cooper Vaughan. He kicks it and passes it forward. Murdoch's running onto it. Can't get a clean possession either, but he keeps forcing the ball forward. He's got it again. He's grabbed. His hand passed it out. The umpire said had it too long.
Great.
And he's given away a free kick. A very good tackle there in defence for Colac. Right on the 50-metre arc. quick kick into the middle of the ground, finds a
Oh.
teammate. Or the umpire played, must have been touched off the boot, played
15.
immediately play on. Or not 15, was it? And he's tackled and we'll have another ball up. Again, just inside the arc, Geelong in attack leading 16-1, coming up to 20 and a half minutes in the first quarter. Ball goes over the back of the pack. It's a hand pass forward. Kelly gets it. Back to Parrish, back to Kelly. He hand passes inside, this time to Camilleri. His kick is smothered. Colac defenders pick up the crumbs. Kick out wide. It's into space now. Players running towards the ball. It's Perkins who gets there first. Can't handle the ball. Colac win it back. And it's a beautiful little kick in and finds Harry Carmody. His kick is immediately smothered. Geelong back in the hunt again. Carmody butters up really well. Quick kick from that response from the hand pass into the forward line for Colac, but Geelong's defence doing a very, very good job indeed. Been able to share the workload there. That's a neat little kick. Or Camilleri drops what he should have taken. Tries to butter up. Colac are winning the ball back. Parrish is trying to get hold of the ball. He drags Matheson down, but good intercept there from Colac, but coming out and quickly taking the ball for Geelong. There is Hennessy. His kick goes into the forward line, but over the boundary line in front of the Geelong coach's box. We'll have a throw in. Half forward flank. It's 2-4-16. 1 point to Colac, 21 minutes into the first quarter.
I don't know what's going on. You got Jed Hannessy, one of the best kicks in the comp, missing kicks, so hopefully it gets better.
Ball from that ruck contest comes to the front. Saliba sneaks his way out of the contest. Got the handball back to Parrish. Parrish on the right boot goes across the ground. Not too sure that's where it was supposed to go to, but it was actually worked out okay because Jones got his hands on the ball and then laid a tackle. Umpire says, I'm going to ask for it back once again. So another ball up will take place. So Ruckman moving their way from one side of the ground to the other. Both Gin and Reid arrive at the same time. And the Ruckman, again, Gin up over the top, taps it out wide. The defence has held up nicely out there. Frampton got a little kick forward. I think he wins the ball back now. Goes with a handball back inside. Can't pick the ball up now. And it's an opportunity here. Murdoch picks the ball up. He's tackled. Brought to ground. No prior opportunity there. So the umpire will ask for it back once again. Centre wing, far side of the ground. It's a game ruck contest out the far side. Both players better have a hand on it then. It's going to be Colac who pushed the ball towards centre half forward. Mark from over the back was Carmody. Didn't complete it. Now there's a free kick being given. Dropping the ball is the umpire. Free kick is being given. And it's going to go to Harms. So Harms for Geelong gets a handball out the back to Stoney. He runs now and kick was smothered off the boot. Goes back towards centre wing. He goes and tries to collect it again, but Murdoch was first to arrive. Goes back to Stoney by hand. He picked it up, then dropped it. That could have been nearly dropping the ball there. They continue to run the ball forward, though. They've got the ball towards centre wing. Good, strong tackle out there by Whedon, and it's going to be picked up, and they've moved the ball towards the full forward position. Coming out is Primer on hands and knees. Doesn't take it cleanly. Picked up by Parrish. Goes back towards the goal square, and it is through for a minor score.
Nearly a diving mark on the line there. It was Zane Jones getting back.
Plenty of opportunities for the Geelong side. They moved to 2-5. Colac one behind.
It's a ball sack come out of the defensive area for Colac, but it's picked up by Camilleri for Geelong. He gets it across to McPherson, who kicks into the forward line. There is a free kick being paid, and it's going to go to Saliba, I think. He was interfered with in that contest. There was two taller opponents, and one of them held him out of the contest, and he's won himself a free kick. Certainly within kicking distance, 45-degree angle. He probably kicked from about 40 metres out.
They'll be disappointed with that, Colac. They had the numbers there. They didn't need to give away the free kick.
It was a pretty obvious one. So Saliba now lining up for his team's third goal for the afternoon. It started right. It stays right. 2 goals, 6-18. Geelong, Colac, a 1 point, and we're coming up to the 25-minute mark of the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter. And so I'm really disappointed with the quality of the game at the moment. I hope at quarter time everyone settles down. They're just really struggling to get clean hands on the ball. Some of the kicking, as Archie pointed out, is below standard as well. Ball over the back of the pack again. This time, Colac have got a clean possession. They kick it down to centre half forward. There's plenty of space. Running onto the ball for Colac there is Morrissey, but he's pressured out of it there. His teammate there picks up the ball, kicks low into the square, but it's Stoney for Geelong who gets the ball, kicks it back into space over the head of the teammate where he's aiming and coming in to take the ball again. after that first bit of good work was Morrissey. This time, he's got a clean shot at goal. He'll kick from 45, almost directly in front. This was the biggest chance they've had to put their first major score on the board, Colac. And it's all in the hands of Charlie Morrissey.
Needs to go back and kick it.
So Morrissey then on the run up just comes inside the arc now. Kicks from 46 metres. It's long. It's straight. Teammates are like it. It is a goal. First to the Colac team for the afternoon. 117. Geelong are 2-6-18. They have been in control for most of the game, but things have levelled up a little bit now, Arch.
Yeah, definitely needed that goal. Colac, you'd see the game was just flowing nicely, but they couldn't seem to get the ball through halfway, and then they started winning possession back. It stopped Thompson from scoring. You could see they actually put someone behind the ball for a bit. They're tagging McPherson as well, but now it seems like they've got the first on the board, and hopefully that gets them going.
Back in the middle we go once again. It's going to be Colac to come forward once again. Quick kick forward was read nicely by Harms. Intercept mark across the half back line. Ball knocked out of his hand, but he goes across the ground. Paul now in some space by himself. Haven't gained any ground, but they maintain possession. Will be called to play on now by the umpire and does so. Runs, kicks back towards and just over centre wing, coming out to meet the ball. McPherson out in front. Had a fair whack at it. Umpire said he has paid that mark. So he's got the ball now on true centre wing, far side of the ground. So McPherson now looking to bring the ball into their half forward line. Goes along to the line. Ball gets out the back. Marcus taken out there by Primer once again.
Oh, he's flopped. The umpire didn't fall for it. He was trying to suck him into the 50-metre penalty.
From out there, I reckon he's right on the limit there. I reckon that's probably on the 50 or just beyond.
He's going back with authority, though, Dale, isn't he?
He looks like he's going to have a crack at it from there. Would take his very best, I would think. Kicking for goal to date hasn't been great from the Geelong side, but we'll soon find out what he's going to do there. So Primer now comes in, kicks that goal. Hasn't got the distance, and Ben Melville, I think it is, that's up there, and he has taken a pretty strong mark right in the goal square, so he can go back and put the third on the board for Geelong District side.
Reckon he was setting it up, or was he having a shot?
I think he's having a shot. He wasn't far away, but he probably got closer than I thought he would. So Ben Melville now from right in the goal square just chips it back over the umpire's head. He's got his first, the third now for the Geelong District side. And look what siren has sounded at some stage. Never heard it, but it's at quarter time. It is 3-6 to the Geelong side. 1-1 Colac. Goal kicks to this stage of the game. Primer, Carr and Benny Melville, and Charlie Morrissey is the sole goal kicker for the Colac side. We're going to take a short break, come back. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. leading Colac District Football League, 1-1. Both sides was probably fair to say that they're still finding their feet in this game. A bit unlike what Maxie was talking about before the game, Arch, with their not missing targets and all the rest. But again, it becomes a little bit more high pressure out here, and obviously mistakes will be made.
Yeah, you're right, Dale. We'll give him another quarter to get into it. You know, it's a high pressure game of football. Obviously, we know that Paul Lynch loves to play an attacking brand of football as well. He loves to go through the corridor, and when the skills aren't quite there, then you're going to see that break apart a bit, and that's why we've had a lot of stoppages, a lot of ball ups. So yeah, going inside, Lynchy, I'm sure his message will be the same to the Raiders. Just try and keep taking on that kick, keep trying to switch the ball. We haven't really seen much switch at all through going from one side of the ground to the other. So I guess they're going to keep trying to go through the middle. Some players who stood out for me was Murdoch. He had his hand on the ball quite a bit early. Saliba looks to be dangerous as ever, setting up goals. And Herschel Carr. They've changed around the opponents on him a couple of times, but I think if when he gets out in that lead, his first 2 or 3 steps, you can't really catch him. He's a beautiful contested mark as well. So, yeah, look, I don't think there's much wind out there, so I don't think either end's going to make a difference. But yeah, I mean, Lynchy's message will still be just trying to. They haven't had their best quarter, and they're still 3 goals up, so just keep trying to take the game on.
Well, Colac, as I said, probably took a fair while to get themselves into the game, but once they got the feel for it, I think the second half of their quarter was a lot better for them.
Yeah, certainly. There was no doubting their tenacity. They were all in going in and have a crack, but it was just really sloppy for both sides. The scoreboard has Geelong with a very big advantage, but it was just on the back of some really good individual stuff. But overall, all players have really struggled to get clean possession. The field kicking's been below the standard that I expected, but I think, as Archie said, we're going to put it down to nerves and just getting settled. And I think when the coaches have got a chance to reassess at quarter time, we might see things running a bit smoothly. But yeah, you can't deny Colac's tenacity, but yeah, they've been so disappointing with their ball handling. That's the issue that needs to be addressed at quarter time, I would have thought.
Yeah, I reckon coaches would have just told them to settle themselves down. As I said, it does go up a level when you play interleague football, so they might not have quite got to that stage yet, but I think they'll find their feet shortly.
It might even be as simple for Colac as just taking your time, going behind your mark. We know Geelong will get the ball and try and go as quickly as possible. Handball receives and try and go through the corridor. But Colac don't have to do that. They can play the game on their terms, play some possession football until they start getting some confidence going forward.
There was a bit in that, Archie, because I think there was 4 occasions of kicking the ball into the man on the mark in that quarter, which is really odd.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Both ruckmen go at it. Gin maybe gets the last one out. Coming through there. Hennessy got the kick into the half-forward line. Went a little bit deeper. Handball goes backwards. Going to go to McPherson. Finn Parrish on the overlap. He picks up and looks at goal and hits the post. And that would have been a perfect start for the Geelong side. They now move to 3-7.
It's like we were watching a different game after that passage.
Yes, very clean there.
Football straight away.
Ball brought back in very quickly now. Ball ends up in the hands of Whedon. Goes out wide. That's a good kick. Maybe a little bit too wide here. And free kick will go to Camilleri out there on the far side. He brings the ball back inside to Hennessy. And again, the kick into the far forward line. Same player, Finn Parrish, this time with ball in hand. Probably just outside range, looking for the next option going forward. McPherson in some space, did that nicely. Don't know how he got out the back there, but it was a nice kick going forward. So Benny McPherson, probably his real first opportunity at looking at a goal here this afternoon.
Skipper as well for the Raiders. And we talked about we needed some class. Jed Hennessy with a clearance there, clearance straight away out of the middle. It resulted in the behind and then also set up this goal. Well, if he kicks it. So good work from Jed early.
So Benny McPherson now steps in from the forward pocket. Again, here's loft line through for another minor score. This may come back and bite them later on, but they are 3 goals 8. Geelong District Football League. Colac are 1-1 and a minute and a half gone in this Elders Insurance second quarter.
Just waiting for the ball to come back from over the fence. And the fullback, O'Shaughnessy, will take the kick in. He's the only one who's had a possession for Colac this quarter. He's had 2 of them. And it's been intercepted again. And a mark has been taken for Geelong there by Herschel Carr. Great little intercept. Just put the one hand out in front of the leading opponent and pulled it in. He's going to run around there. There go a la Stevie Johnson, and that is a magnificent kick for goal. So that's 1 goal 2 for the quarter so far for Geelong to take them to 4 goals 8. apart from the 2 kick-ins, Colac haven't touched the ball.
No, great. We talk about taking your opportunities. Obviously, the captain, Benny McPherson, couldn't slot that one just before, but Herschel Carr, and we see players do that so often now, run around. I know, Dale, you're not a massive advocate for it when you can kick a drop punt, especially from that far out. But Herschel Carr, it looks like he's done that a million times with the confidence to run around, and he got the snap going beautifully. What a great goal from Herschel Carr.
So ball back with umpire middle of the ground. Play about to restart now. Gin and Reed both doing the ruck work once again. Both players come at it and ball comes back towards Price, taps it 15 metres down the ground, then kicks it off the ground. Did that nicely. They got the follow up there. Went back to Price. Long kick back towards goal. And Mark, no, not taken in the forward pocket. Ball runs back towards the boundary line. So an opportunity here. Ball comes out the back. Numbers there with Geelong. Mac picks the ball up. Got the handball back outside. Marnie, he picked it up, dropped it. And ball close to the boundary line. Now it has gone over. A throw-in will take place. Right on forward 50. Far side of the ground from where we sit.
Raiders defense has been rock solid so far this game, so expect to see more of that.
Mulville's going in to do the ruck work now. I know, Gin's there. Couldn't see him. The ball is tapped again back towards the boundary line. And we'll go over. It's going to be forced over, I would think. No prior opportunity, although the ball does come out there. So it's going to be one picked up, and then Parrish went back towards the boundary line with a handball. Got the boot towards centre wing. Coming up at the ball. Marcus not taken out there. I think that was Vaughan. Ball gets now at ground level. It was worked through there by Handley, I reckon. Tried to feed it through the contest. He couldn't clear it. And now players converge, and we will have a ball up. Right on centre wing on the far side. A lot of the play out there, unfortunately. So Ruckman again to go at it. Reed just protects the space, tap the ball down. Again, it was going to be tried to clear away by Vaughan, but it's Colac to win possession of it. Price has it. A little boot forward, goes towards their half forward line. Coming out there, they tried to keep the ball running. It's some good defensive work there by Stoney, and it's going to be cleared away. Handball's nice. Out the back, Camilleri now. Little chip up over the top again. Hands on it, goes to Gin. Got away from one, stepped over the boundary line. Umpire will ask to be thrown back in.
Tell you what, Matty Jelenic has been one of the players who's had a lot of skill and class, and also he's just endeavour to not get beaten one-on-one early in this one. It's really stood out.
So ball going thrown back in. Reed in possession there. Jumps early. Gin maybe knocks the ball out of his hand, but again, they both had a bit of it. Trying to work through that contest was Cooper, but he was tackled, and umpire will ask for it back once again. So they're working pretty hard around the contest. They just can't clear it out to the running player outside. Again, ruck contest. This time Reed just a little tap up over the top. Okay there, but it's ended up in the hands of Mac. Got the handball outside. They run from the half back line. They bring the ball across the ground. And again, this time the ball kicked into the half forward line. Kelly's there. Went back and collected it. Got the handball over the top to Jones. Now, if he gets it and runs, no one will catch him. The ball didn't come back to him, though. Hands up to Reed.
Oh, it's going to throw.
The throw, was it?
Got him for a throw, yep.
The old Tex Walker from the other night. Ball from that ruck contest, or that contest, goes towards centre wing. Price read that nicely, went down, got the ball. Good spoil there from Kelly, went back towards the boundary line. It's touched and will roll over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw in and will take place at the almost 6 minute mark of this second quarter. It is Geelong 4-8, leading Colac 1-1.
Just looking more dangerous when they go forward. This quarter, Geelong District starting to link up with more targets.
Mulville's come back into the ruck already to relieve Gin, but Reed is there. Reed very cleverly over the back to his teammate, but is taken away by Geelong again. Clever little hand pass into space to Stoney. He kicks forward. Mulville over the back. He can't take the mark. The big, or not so big ruckman. Reed gets onto the ball for Colac. He hand passes out wide there to Whedon. Whedon hand passes onto a teammate, but again, the Geelong defence has been really, really good. Lots of pressure on. They win back the possession again, kick the ball into the forward line. Coming out trying to mark there was Jones. Can't hold the ball, but Camilleri, I think it is, he kicks into the forward line. That's a good effort. Yeah, pushed by Kelly and the Colac defender. He's going to win the free kick. That's Hay. He almost took the mark, but was pushed into that. he kicks out wide and finds Swain on his own. Short kick from Swain. In the middle, hand pass out. And another hand pass down the line and a short kick to Price. Colac is starting to try and develop some team footy here. But the old lasso has come into play again. Kick into the forward line. That's a good one. Found Parrish, who's been really, really busy this quarter. He's got a man on his own, 40 metres out directly in front. That is Cooper Vaughan, and he will take a shot for goal. Chance for Geelong second this quarter. He'll kick from about 40 metres.
It was Hanley coming back, just lost his opponent, got sucked into the ball, and then, couldn't get back in time. So it's work rate from Geelong and District at the moment. There's overworking Colac, and then this quarter as well, getting their skills right. So it could be a big quarter for Geelong District if it continues to go this way.
So Vaughan now just steps inside the 50 into his run in now, leaves the boot. It's an up and under, slightly to the left. It will be one behind only. 4-9-33, Colac 1-1-7. We're 8 minutes into the second quarter, sorry. And this is the Elders Insurance second quarter.
So ball will be again kicked in from the full-back position. They're not too sure which side they're going to come. Thank God they're coming this side this time. Goes out towards Reed, although the short kick went in and has found Carmody. Paddy Carmody got around the player on the mark now. Kicks back to true centre wing. Coming up, Mark not taken out there, but ball hits the ground, picked up. Jelenic, he gets the ball around, picked up by Perkins, got the handball out the back to Parrish. Parrish kick smothered off the boot. Gin just taps the ball forward, did that nicely. Goes towards Jones, takes that very cleanly on the left boot. Kick wasn't great going forward. Probably didn't suit the forwards there, but it's Herschel Carr who's worked pretty hard to keep that ball in. Will he be held up? It will be to the umpire. And a ball up will take place about 30 out from the Geelong goal.
Well done, Herschel Carr, to create that stoppage. He was out of play and he did well.
So again, ruck contest. This time Reed just got a little tap forward. Goes back and collects the ball himself. Got the handball outside. Actually went into the hands of Carr, who kicks back towards the goal square. Runs through the hands and over the boundary line for a throw-in beside the behind post.
Tried to kick the miracle there, didn't he? Try to get a contender for the Connectel goal of the day, but he couldn't quite screw that back far enough. Herschel Carr.
Throw in the forward pocket. Mulville takes it out of the ruck, and the umpire says he was tackled high. And Mulville will take. This is Ben Mulville from the East Geelong Footy Club will take the free kick. 45-degree angle, but he's only 20 metres out. He took the ball out of the ruck and was grabbed around the neck as he was trying to get rid of it. It's very, very sloppy from the Colac, that deep in defence. He kicks it. He's missed it. No, he hasn't missed it. He likes it. The way he went down and pulled his socks up, I thought he was showing disappointment, but he must have been just super confident in his effort. And it's a goal, his second for the afternoon, the fifth for the Geelong side. 5-9-39, Colac 1-1-7, 10 minutes into the Elders Insurance second quarter.
Well, it's worrisome signs, isn't it? There's alarm bells going off everywhere for Colac at the moment. The lead is out to past 30 points now, and you just look at the midfield dominance. Geelong District's just been that class above this quarter.
So the ball thrown back in, or thrown up once again. Gin gets the ball down. The game is going to be through the hands there. So Hickey got the ball outside the Hall. Hall goes towards the half-forward line. Got through the contest, but some nice clean work there. Ends up in the hands out there of Kent. Tried to get the handball out. Ends up doing so. Sanders in some space. Needs to get the handball outside. Ends up with Price. Price on the right boot. Goes back towards their half-forward line. Spoiled there, both the teammates there. Ends up with Hennessy. Hennessy goes back inside. And again, the ball was nicely delivered into the middle of the ground. Picked up and again, Jones, a little bit of pace. Kicks the ball out wide. Player out there by himself. Mark has been taken. And Adams swing back on his left boot. Little chip into the forward line. Just didn't have the elevation that he needed to get to his teammate. And the ball has been intercepted out there. And the ball kicked forward there by Frampton. Goes out towards centre wing. And a mark being taken. Colac maintaining possession now. Just defensive side of their centre wing. Wants to bring the ball back inside. That will be okay. Mark taken out there by Kent. They can bring the ball across the ground if they want to. Player out there by themselves. And a little bit longer they go this time to Sanders. And he's got the ball. Got the running player coming past from the outside. Jarvis got a favourable bounce. Picked it up. Went long into their forward line. That was a nice kick. Good mark. And good movement of the ball. And I think this may be Frampton that's taken the mark here. Completely turned. Yes, it is. And he will go back and kick it goal.
The sun shines across East Noble. That's a good passage of play. The conditions, maybe it was a little bit wet in that first quarter from the showers we had. It's definitely drying up now because that was some good football movement from Colac District.
Yes, much cleaner. Frampton now just to finish off the work. They started right and won't come back at all. So through for a minor score. Colac now to 1-2. And they trail Geelong on 5-9. 12 and a half minutes gone. Elders Insurance second quarter.
Geelong with the ball deep in attack with the kick out. It's a long kick there. I think it's Perkins down the line over the back of the pack. There's a contest on there. Geelong have won it. The umpire said that was a handball, though it wasn't quite clean. Jarvis again got it into the 50 last time. He's done it again. It's a magnificent leap. Didn't quite hold the ball at the top of his leap there. A Colac attacking player. Quick kick for goal. 1 point only. Who was that? I think it was
Sam
Zybel.
Mulgrew, I think.
Mulgrew.
Mulgrew got high, and that would have been a contender for the Routley's mark of the day.
Superb performance. So it is Harms who has the ball at fullback, actually, for Geelong. Waiting to kick it again, looking for options. There's not a lot of movement, so he's gone long out to the wing, kicking directly towards us. Reed's up in is claiming the mark. The umpire said he didn't have it. He looked to be the only one to get hands on it. Got it on the third attempt. The umpire said someone else had a piece of it in the way. So he's been tackled, dragged to the ground. We'll have a ball up. So it's Reed and Gin. Gin wins over the back. Price picks up a crumb. Hand passes into some space, but Geelong are first there rather than Colac. They win the ball. Hand pass back quickly over the pocket to Murdoch. He's grabbed immediately again. Quick little kick down looking for Saliba. He's got some space. He cleverly gets it out to a running teammate there. Kicks down looking for Carr. Carr is up.
I don't think to pay that one.
About a minute and a half too early, and he's infringed on his opponent, and that will be a free kick, a giveaway. A long kick out into space there by O'Shannessy. He finds a teammate there out on the wing. It's Lyons. He kicks down to the forward line. Price can't hold the mark. Picking up the crumb there quickly is Adams into the middle of the ground. Finds Wilson Mack. He kicks into the forward line. Coming out, taking a mark there is Murdoch. He kicks into the forward line looking for a running player, and he's found him, and that is Primer. A long lead from one forward pocket all the way across to the other. It was rewarded. He's got a chest mark, and on a ground that he's particularly familiar with, he'll kick for goal. 30 metres out, a bit tighter than a 45-degree angle, I would think. Lining up for his second for the afternoon.
He's got 38 for the season. None of these don't count, but this will be his 40th if he kicks it, including one already today. So very familiar to this ground, and he'd know where to start this ball.
Kick one from very on a very tight angle in the first quarter. Very similar angle here. He likes it just as much as the first one. His second for the afternoon. The sixth one for Geelong. They are 6-9-45. A long way in front of Colac, 139. Elders Insurance second quarter.
I think the biggest red flag at the moment that Colac and Kane Leeson would be having is the amount of space, the amount of open players that Geelong had in the middle then when they went to transition. That can come down to work rate and come down to setup, and I'm sure there's not much wrong with the setup. So maybe it's just they're not running defensively as hard as they are attacking Colac at the moment.
Back in the middle once again. Ball to be thrown up. This time over the top. Gin. Ball gets to ground. Finn Parrish losing the race of the ball. Got the handball outside to Hall. Hall feeds the ball up towards his teammate Riccardi. Riccardi goes back and off a step. They run the ball forward through Hannessy. Hannessy to the forward line. There's a free kick being given, or a free kick and or mark. And it's going to be Cooper Vaughan that's going to take another shot at goal here. One single shot before was a minor score.
Got to be careful, that player just running into the protected area.
So Cooper Vaughan to extend the lead a little bit further. Kick of about 40 metres you'll end up with. So distance shouldn't be a problem here. So he steps in, kicks that goal. That looked better off the boot. Umpire just stands and looks straight up over her head, and it is through for a major. They are now Geelong 7 goals 9. They lead Colac 1-3. Elders Insurance second quarter. We have gone 17 minutes.
Well, they're really kicking away now, the Raiders, and I mean, it's not what you want to see, is it, Rob? Such a big margin early in this game, but yeah, I mean, Geelong District really getting their football together. Their setup looks good this quarter, and yeah, they're finishing the job as well.
Yeah, and Colac now are actually gone into a bit panicky. There's been a few little free kicks given away, fumbles again, trying to get on top of the ball, but in the middle again, Gin and Matheson. Matheson won most of that, gets it to the advantage of Colac coming out. Ramos grabs it on the run, quick kick over his shoulder, getting it back towards Mulgrew. Can't hold the mark in the goal square. They're buttering up. Colac getting first hands on it, but immediately tackle. I'll have a ball up about 25 metres out from the goal directly in front. They've got a chance now to build something. They desperately need a goal to keep their confidence up. The game is rapidly slipping away. Gin gets up. He can't knock it to any great advantage. A heap of players jump on it again, and I think the umpire will be forced to repeat the dose. Second ball up. We're just past the 18-minute mark in this Elders Insurance second quarter, so Colac really need a couple of goals before half-time to get their confidence up. Matheson did get that one out into space from the ruck tap out. A very, very good job indeed. Running players going past there looking for space. That was Frampton. Kicks it back in, but coming out taking a very, very strong mark. Yes, and 50 metres, and that'll be Stoney. The youngster from Inverleigh, that's a poor kick out into the centre wing. He had
that was high too.
Room to move, and that's a high tackle. It'll go to the way to Colac. I think that's young Frampton again, who's been busy for the Colac side this afternoon. That's a lovely kick, but it's intercepted. He was aiming for Ramos, but coming across there to intercept was Mack. He hand passed it inside. Back to Stoney. He's tackled immediately. And the umpire said, you had long enough and you dropped it, son, which is I didn't think was fair, but Colac have got the kick. They've dropped it into space, and coming out to take the mark is a man who was in very, very, very close to taking the mark of the day a little bit earlier. That is Mulgrew again, Sam Mulgrew. So he'll have a shot for goal. 35 metres out, directly in front.
Earlier on that mark, he did the hard part and got up there, didn't he? Earlier on, he just couldn't bring it down with him.
Fantastic leap. So his side desperately needs this. Mulgrew on the left foot, kicks long and offline. To the left, one behind only. 1 goal, 5-11 Colac. Geelong 7-9-51. Just hitting the 20-minute mark. The ball comes quickly out from fullback into space, but Parrish can't quite pick it up. Fumbled it over the boundary line. That will be a lasso, will it?
Must hit his boot, yep.
Yeah, a lasso it is. Yeah, boot come through just as he was bent down trying to pick it up. So Colac again back into the 50. That's in a good spot for Mulgrew, but coming out was Perkins, I think.
Been paid the mark.
Yeah, has been paid the mark. A true centre-half back for the Geelong side, Orion Perkins, a good young player from Bannockburn, had a great year last year. He kicks it across into the back pocket, and Mack takes the mark.
Marnie, I think this one.
Marnie, is it?
Yep.
He now kicks long down the line, looking for space, but the only space is Colac. Oh, that's cleverly punched away at the last minute there by McPherson to give his side advantage again. Parrish picks it up, tackled immediately, ball up, just inside the corner of the centre square. Here at Eastern Reserve at Winchelsea. Matheson gets it, a tap out, but he's hit it straight to Parrish for Winchelsea. Nice little pass from him to Carr. Carr kicks into the hot spot in the forward line, and that is a very, very good mark indeed there by Cooper Vaughan. Come in from the side and took a mark in front of the Colac defender, who looked like it was well and truly his, but Vaughan appeared at the last minute, and he'll have a chance to kick again for goal. This will be his second for the quarter if he can kick it. Similar position, probably 5 metres further out than the last one.
Just a transition play again, Geelong, from end to end.
So Cooper Vaughan is inside the centre square at the moment, taking a very, very long run up. Now walks into the 50, starts his run up, hits it at 45. It's off to the right and stays that way. Another behind. That's kicking for goal's been a bit ordinary. It's 7-10, plays 1-4. Come up to 22 minutes into the Elders Insurance second quarter. Colac with the ball, short kick into the pocket and taking the mark there is Sanders. Sanders now waiting for options, not a lot, so he's just going to have to go along down the line. It's going to be Reed, the ruckman, who didn't get the first hand on it. He finished up with it, but the umpire said play on. Immediate tackle, and we've got another ball up. Half-back flank, not far from where we're commentating here at the Eastern Reserve at Winchelsea. Mulville gets it over very quickly to Murdoch. A quick kick into the forward line for him. McPherson sets himself, can't take the mark. Ball bobbles out the back. Oh, that's given Geelong an advantage. Herschel Carr gets it across to Saliba. He's tackled immediately. The umpire's waiting, and he's pinged Jones for holding the ball. And the ball come out. Hennessy, sorry, it was. He got pinged. Colac win possession again. And kick long out to the half-back flank. That's dangerous because Parrish is there. He taps it away, wins back the possession with a really good bit of play. Mulville gets it across to McPherson. He gets it back into the forward line. That's a poor kick. Colac win back possession. Kick down the line. Got a chance here, but that is a great intercepting mark there from Jelinek, who's played pretty well. And Parrish, who's had heaps of the ball, kicks into the forward line and taking a mark there. Is that Stoney making his way down from?
No, it's not
McPherson.
It's McPherson. That helmet. Two Geelong players wearing helmets. It's a little bit more colour in McPherson's. So he'll take a mark on the back of that good work from Finn Parrish, who's been very lively this quarter, Archie.
Yeah, Jelinek again. He's been unbelievable down back. He won the interception mark and then created this opportunity at goal.
So the kick now off the boot. It is long and it is straight, and there's goal number 8 for Geelong. 8 goals at 10, 58. Colac 1-4-10, 24 minutes into the Elders Insurance second quarter.
Yeah, I'll repeat myself again, but Jelinek as well has been 5 or 6 occasions there. He may not have won every contest, but he hasn't been beaten. He's evened it out, which is a great lesson to young defenders out there. And when he's behind, he always goes the fist, so he never gets outmarked either. But no, Geelong all on top in all areas of the game at the moment. I'm not too sure if it's a bridge too far for Colac already. Being 48 points.
So back in the middle once again. This time Ruckman got it. Reed down the back. That was nicely done, but his teammate ran past the ball, picked up by Murdoch. Little boot into the half forward line, coming out to meet the ball was Cooper Vaughan. Overran it. Ball into the hands of Sanders. He goes back towards centre wing. So Colac need a little bit of work to be done out there. Umpires allowed things to go. Strong tackle laid. Umpire will ask for it back again. Centre wing far side. McPherson is there. Also Reed. Again, just checking that space. Ball comes out to Parrish. Nice hands out to Murdoch. Murdoch across the ground. Mark has been taken out there, and that will be through Adams. So Adams now on these left boot will drive Geelong back into their half-forward line. McPherson was in front or behind, but it's going to be Cooper Vaughan that takes the mark. And he's taken 2 or 3 grabs early or in this quarter so far. You can go back and look at his second goal for the afternoon.
It's a little bit too easy for Geelong on that occasion. It wasn't a really well-directed kick inside the forward 50. A bit of a dump kick. And Cooper Vaughan, he's not the biggest of man. He just stood under it, and yeah, there was no real contest, and was able to take the mark, and should go back and kick this from 45.
So he's got an opportunity here now. Cooper Vaughan coming in. Again, the last 3 kicks have all been from similar range, just different parts of the ground. He's had a couple of shots at it. Steps in, kicks that goal. This time he's not going to make the distance when it gets to the goal score. Saliba, that was a fair grab. He's put one hand up and he's plucked it. And from the goal square, he can play on now, kick round the body, put a little pressure on himself, but the umpire will say that is okay. And Geelong now have their 9th goal. They are 9-10. So like 1 goal 4, and we have gone almost 26 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
And that is an early contender for the Routleys mark of the day.
1 hand up, just stuck.
Definitely, he jumped pretty early, didn't he? And just was able to kind of bring that down. It was like an American football player, the way he plucked it out of the air. And then the umpire was trying to bring it back around on the angle, and he didn't worry about it. He ran around and snuck it through for a goal. So,
well, without Grubby here today, the only interest I have is how many of the jelly slices that Dale Smith's going to get into him at half time, I think.
Well, that'll be nice today, actually.
No competition from the little fella.
No. He likes his party pies.
Well,
Lukewarm.
he's good for 5 jelly slices at half time up here. No, it's really disappointing, I must admit. This game, the quality of the footy's been better this quarter, but as a contest, it's lost the zip. Back in the middle, Gin again, but it's Reed who grabs it out of the ruck, kicks straight up in the air, right on the siren. At the 27-minute mark of the Elders Insurance second quarter, Geelong 9-10-64, Colac 1-4-10.
Goal kickers at this stage of the game, all with 2, Crimmer, Herschel Carr, Mulville, and singles to McPherson, Vaughan, Saliba, and the sole goal kicker is Charlie Morrissey for Colac. We're going to take a short break. We're going to go and enjoy the halftime break. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Here this afternoon, it is Geelong and District 9, 10-64, leading Colac and District 1, 4-10. As I said, they played some pretty good football in this second quarter. Geelong District Archand have set themselves up with a pretty commanding 50-point lead at this stage.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Smithy. I mean, we talked about the first quarter, how it wasn't the cleanest of footballs. Neither team could really get the game on their terms, but Geelong and District, whatever Paul Lynch said at quarter time worked because they really cleaned up their act. Their disposal going inside forward 50 was great. I think that was led by Jed Hannessy, and Mulville in the ruck as well as being up forward has been had a dominant display. And then you look at the names across the list. There's so many players who've had a good influence in this game so far. You look at Primer. I've really liked Stoney's game down back. One of the ones, Matt Jelenic, I didn't expect him to dominate this game as much as he has. He's nearly my best on ground after half time so far. So if he continues that work, the rebound, watch out, Colac District.
Ball back now with the umpire in his front up in the middle of the ground. It's going to be Rita takes the ball out of the middle, got a handball over the top. Hennessy's going to be the first to arrive, tapped it wide, pinned up in the hands of Murdoch. Murdoch spins around and goes towards centre half forward. Collision coming here. Benny McPherson, though, was clean. Come up, take the ball. Now kicks into the forward line. Good use of the ball. Just missed his target and Vaughan. Ball now at ground level, picked up by Jarvis. Got away from one now. Looks to deliver the ball back towards centre wing. Player in front is Lyons up and takes the mark. So Colac with some work to do, but they just need to chip away at it. Don't have to do it in a quarter. And they chip the ball now towards their half-forward line, coming out. Teammates got into each other's road there. Marnie picks the ball up, got through the contest, handballs out the back into the hands of Adams. Adams goes across the ground, kick, missed the target. Opportunity now maybe arises for Colac. They come through, try to pick the ball up, ends up now through Cooper, got the handball outside, so they win possession through the middle. This is the important kick going forward. Just off the boot, a bit of a manic kick, but it's going to work out okay because the ball is in the hands of Visalia. He goes towards goal, and it's going to be offline through for a minor score. So 1-5 now, Colac, 9-10. That was a better start from them, and they need to continue that during this quarter just to get themselves back somewhere in touch. It'll be 3 or 4 down at three-quarter time would be very handy for them.
Well, the ball's coming back. Better news for Colac and the netball. They won a ripper game, apparently 58-53. So they've got their noses in front of the netball, but they need to do some work here.
So ball now at fullback position. And it's going to be brought back in by Harms. He runs Clubber inside, delivers the ball just short of centre wing. But the player up in front, the mark will be taken out there, and that's Carmody. This is Harry Carmody. So he's just a little left forward, a centre wing, goes back towards the attacking area. Ball now at ground level. It's only needs to be one here. Price puts his head over the ball, got the handball away, but only as far as Harms of Geelong, and he goes now out wide. That was a good well-weighted kick. Gets out towards centre wing, but it's going to be cleaned out there by Handley. Got the handball back inside. Put his team under a little bit of pressure. Good defensive work there, Hennessy again. They bring the ball now back in towards the middle of the ground. The mark has been intercepted out there by Cooper of Colac. So he now drives the ball into their half-forward line. Low and flat. Ball gets through the contest. That will work okay. Ramos round the body. Can't bring it back anywhere near far enough. And ball has gone over the boundary line out in the full. Free kick going to Geelong in the back pocket. 2.5 minutes gone in this P&R Foods third quarter. Geelong haven't scored yet. They're still 9-10 and 1 goal 5 to the Colac and District Football League.
I reckon Leeson would prefer if Ramos tries to centre that ball instead of going for the miracle goal from the boundary.
Harms kicks right up the middle of the ground, looking for Stoney, punched away from him. Colac pick up the ball, but Geelong win possession back. It's Parrish takes the handball to Marnie. He gets it back again. Hand passes it back to Marnie, being a bit overly clever. He's gone for sure, holding the pill. That is a great tackle there for Colac. Who is that? Lyons, the bull from Birregurra, kicks forward. It's a beautiful pass to a leading Sam Mulgrew, and he takes the mark 40 metres out directly in front. The left footer kicked one earlier, I do believe.
A little bit inaccurate.
No, he didn't. He missed one earlier.
He missed 2.
Yes. Almost took the mark of the day. 2 points, lining up for his third scoring shot and a desperately needed goal for the Colac side. So Mulgrew comes in directly in front. He kicks it. He likes it. His first for the afternoon, second for his team. 64 plays 17 in the P&R Foods third quarter.
You know what they say, Rob? Third time is the charm. He's corrected his earlier 2 misses, and that was straight over the goal umpire's hat. So well done to Mulgrew. And maybe that can spark something for Colac and District Football League, because they definitely need A few more of those on the board to put some scoreboard pressure back on the Raiders here.
Just look a little bit more freed up, don't they, this quarter, Colac? Some of their ball movement is the best they've had for the game, and we've only had 4 minutes of this quarter. So Reed and Gin. Reed grabs it out of the ruck, can't quite hold it, coming through strongly there for Geelong. Trying to get away is Hennessy, but comes back to Mulville. He kicks long into the forward line, punched away from Geelong defence. Carr comes out. He can't control the ball. Quick kick, doesn't go too far at all. Murdoch's trying to get hold of the ball. He can't handle it. It's it's McPherson actually dragged to the ground. I think that's Saliba under there. The umpire is going to ball it up. So it's probably 40 metres out from Geelong's goal. An attack, first serious attack for the quarter. Ball tapped out there by McPherson. Saliba is tackled and tackled high, I believe. And he'll take a free kick. And go back. I think he fancies himself at this stage. He's not looking for options. And he goes back with that a very confident strut of his, the young fella. Excellent player for Werribee Central's. Undefeated this year in the Geelong District Footy League, and he's been a big part of that. Hence his selection in this team today.
Definitely has, Rob. One of the most selfless players as well, you'll see going around. Always trying to bring his teammates into the game.
So he kicks now, 45-degree angle. It started a long way right and has stayed there. Out of bounds on the full. So Geelong still have the kicking yips. 9-10 they've kicked this afternoon, near perfect conditions. And that just isn't good enough, although it's good enough today because they're a fair way in front of Colac. Jarvis comes away with the ball, picks up a hand pass, runs to half-back, kicks beautifully down for a teammate. Umpire says he was interfered with in the marking contest. And taking the mark there is Zybel. He kicks forward very, very poorly. The lasso comes to play, and it is Harms for the... No, it's Mulville for the Geelong side. Kicks long into the forward line. That is a terrible kick. Straight to an unopposed Colac player who returns the serve with a horrible, horrible pass to his teammate. And Tate Camilleri just wanders in and take a chest mark unimposed. That was horrid.
We've gone back to the first quarter with those type of skills, Rob.
Oh, two shocking kicks in a row.
Three. We had one that went out of bounds, and then exactly right. So, well, hopefully Camilleri can show some class here. We know he's some poise as well, and he definitely has the distance in him, I reckon, from here.
So the long curly black hair flapping in the little bit of breeze we have as he runs in, kicks long and hard and straight, and the 10th goal for the Geelong side. 10-10-70. Colac 2-5-17, 7 minutes into the P&R Foods third quarter.
Yeah, no, sums it up perfectly, Rob. Kicks it long and hard, and he knew that he had the journey in him. Don't you love that? When a key forward takes a mark, or he's not a key forward, but when a forward has an opportunity at goal, and they go back with authority and kick the goal. It's something that Colac haven't always been able to do today, the few opportunities they've had, but the Raiders get that goal back that Colac got early in the quarter.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't kill off their burst because they've been very, very good so far this quarter, Colac. Much, much better than the first half.
Back in the middle we go this time. Ball comes out of that contest, picked up there. Banjo Hickey got the ball. He got the handball outside, but it's turned over. Now we're Whedon from centre half back for Colac, goes out wide. Player will need to touch it. It runs towards the boundary line. They've been able to get there. A little touch on it. We'll see the ball thrown back in.
It's a new skill in this game, isn't it? You got to know when to touch it. You saw Boston Riccardi running back there. He didn't want to touch the ball because he knew it would have been his kick, but then he had to as it stayed in.
So Gin doing the ruck, working up against Reed. This time Gin, second attempt, goes towards Price. Price puts it on his left boot, goes across the ground. Jones is out there, so also is Camilleri, trying to get the handball away. Carmody did pretty nicely there, but the umpire said he may have held on just that little bit too long. Free kick will go to Camilleri. So he plays on now, quickly goes forward. Murdoch has made some good ground and good space. Takes the mark, looking for his next option going forward. Goes into their half-forward line, coming out McPherson, trapped it nicely, handballs over the top. Hickey runs through the contest, shook one off, went on the right boot round the body, and he will score. And Joe Hickey, his first of the afternoon, and the 11th now for Geelong District. They're 11-10. They lead Colac on 2-5. P&R Foods third quarter.
I'll tell you what, I reckon that's the lead up for the Connecto. Yes, the Connecto goal of the day from Banjo Hickey. did very well, didn't he there, Rob? The way he got the ball, he sort of went to give the hand pass, realised there was nobody there, kept his composure, and then was good enough with a finish as well.
Yeah, and a bit of strength to break a tackle and fend off another one to give himself the space he needed. A very clever little kick. So in the middle again, Reed, but Gin wins again. He's starting to get right over the top of Reed now. That quick kick comes out. Riccardi hand passes across to Mack. He kicks forward. It's Kelly who gets a hand pass back to Mack. Follow through. Runs into the forward line. Carr and Jones raffle it. Jones gets around on the right foot. Kicks on the outside of the boot. And that's another one to the Geelong side. 2 in the matter of a minute. They now go to 12-10, 82 to 2-5-17. And the contest that was started after halftime has been quickly snuffed, Archie.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Rob. As much as, we are the Geelong District calling team, you'd like to see a more even contest than this. And it was, we thought that, as you mentioned, Rob, they came out after halftime, Colac and looked the goods, but no, Geelong District now extending that lead that they had at halftime.
Again, back in the middle of the ground. Ruckman again. Gino over the top again. Ball comes out. This time, Pollock were the first to arrive, but the handball wasn't that great. Umpire said it's going to be a free kick. Ends up there with hands of Hickey now. Steps inside 50, goes long, back towards goal. Carr there, positioned nicely. Went back and collected it. Went round on the body. Kick was smothered off the boot. They've done that nicely. So they keep possession of the ball now. Sanders goes back to the half-back line. Hands and knees. They try and work the ball out. Bit of pressure there. Tackle laid. Umpire says no prior opportunity. Let's the ball up just outside forward 50. Geelong District Football League again in their attacking end. Quick throw up by the umpire. Jim reaches across, but it's picked up again. Hickey from that contest again has been prominent here in this third quarter. Goes back towards the goal square from behind McPherson, brings ball to ground. Oh, that was a high tackle. Thought that was there for the Colac side, but the umpire's allowed things to go on. Now he's called for a ball up, I think.
Definitely missed one there, Dale.
I think so. Just probably by the wrong side of the contest, I reckon, there.
Umpiring has been very good besides that today.
So again, ruck contest. This time ball comes down. Price through the mid-air, kicks the ball off the ground. Outside goes towards Frampton. He picked the ball up. So he's getting rid of the ball. Thrown to ground. Price over it again. He can't keep it in the field of play. This time it will be asked to be thrown back in by the umpire.
Yeah, certainly not a criticism, Archie. They've been very, very good. That was, as Dale suggested, probably a positioning situation where he missed that high tackle.
Definitely, as we expect as well. Not just the players, but also the best umpire selected for this day.
So the ball thrown back in again this time. Reed brings the ball to the front of the contest. Cleared away there by Frampton. Goes back towards centre wing. Would almost paid that. Morrissey had a fair crack at it. Picked up by Mulville. Handball goes back to Hennessy. Hennessy goes back to Harms. His kick smothered. And this time another throw-in will take place. Right in front of the club rooms here at the Eastern Reserve.
You might have missed an opportunity there, Mulville. Hand pass back towards the boundary line when he had open players behind him in the middle of the ground. Just a bit of awareness there.
So the ball now back with umpire, thrown back in. Reed front position. But he actually brings the ball in front of the contest. His teammate couldn't take clean possession. Goes into the hands of Hickey again. Tries to get the handball away. Umpires let things go. Mack with head over the contest. And again, they're going to do it. Do it quickly. That's the way to do it.
You see Mulville is a kick behind the play right now. He's got nobody on him, so expect the ball to go to him.
Repeat of the last one. This time, Gin up. Brings the ball out the back. Again, Price. No, she's not Price this time. He's still in the contest. So the ball has been handed back to the umpire for a third time now. This time again, didn't go too far. Price this time over the top of the ball. Umpire against the round, waits and calls it again. I think Reece Gin's looking to get the ball out of this contest area. Again, the flip out the back may work. Hennessy's there. Again, kicked off the ground, picked up by Mack. His boots works okay. Gin picks the ball up. Got a player further down the field. Jones handballs back inside. Parrish runs inside 50. Looks good off the boot. Looks good. That's drifted at the last minute through for a minor score. He's third behind of the afternoon, and at 12-11 now to the Geelong District Football League. They lead Colac and District on 2 goals, 5 Pennar Foods. Third quarter, we have gone 14 minutes.
Ball comes back into the play. Colac, a long kick down the halfback flank. Punched away, ball on the ground again, in dispute. Colac have got hold of it. Hand pass away, but immediately tackled and going nowhere. I think we'll have a ball up again. on the halfback flank. You're trying to stem the bleeding here. It's been 3-1 since half-time and really opened the lead. Matheson does a very good job to get his hand to it, but it was actually Adams who won it for Geelong, kicked forward, but Colac intercepted and kicked long down the line, trying to get hold of the ball. But again, it's a sound Geelong defence. Ease the ball out and a nice little kick into the middle of the ground. I think is that Riccardi who's got it there. He kicks long into the forward line, long and low in the direction of Carr. He can't hold the mark. Bursting through the pack there is McPherson. Gets it across to Jones. Jones back to McPherson. He centres it to true centre half forward. Mulville will be the target. Can't hold the mark. But running onto the crumb there was Camilleri. His shot at goal slightly to the right. 1 point only. 12-84, 2-5-17, 15 minutes into the P&R Foods third quarter.
Just wondering if players may be getting a little bit hungry at the moment. A couple of opportunities Geelong could have passed to a player in a better position, but they haven't. So I'm sure Paul Lynch would like to see some more selfless football.
Ball brought back in quickly. This time Price runs and carries, goes back towards centre wing, but up in front, Jelenic couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the ground. Again, the handball goes out from Lyons. Got a running player outside, went back and got the 1-2. Unfortunately, couldn't take clean possession in the hands of Hickey. Fends off Price, runs now and tips up. Kick wasn't going to be the required distance, but Colac have got some numbers back there. Through Cooper now, they run and kick the ball back towards the middle of the ground. That's a nicely way to kick. The mark has been taken out there by Ramos. So he now plays on, kicks long into their forward line. Mark needs to be taken there, but at ground level, they've got some numbers, but Mulville is the first to arrive, goes out towards Perkins. He went past the ball and picked up again. This time, I'm not too sure, might have been Ramos once again. Ball is being asked to give back to the umpire.
Teammates there, Perkins and Ramos from Bannockburn.
Umpire just directing where it's going to be thrown up. Again, this time Matheson doing the ruck work. Mulville's also there. Good clean work through the middle through Carmody. He got trapped, though, with the ball. Umpires allowed things to play on. He still sits over it, but the ball won't be coming out of there. Again, he's going to come in and have a ball up, which will take place.
Colac got one behind the ball as well here, so watch out for that.
So again, ruck contest. Ball tapped further afield, picked up out and cleared away. Out there by Stoney. His kick went as high as it did long this time. Mulville's again there. Outside to Hennessy on the left boot. Goes back into the middle of the ground. Ball bounces, favours Saliba, just tried to tap it further afield towards Primer.
Throw.
Don't know where it was, but a little palm of the ball. Umpire didn't see it that way. Free kick going to go to Price in the middle of the ground. No, it's not. It's going to be Jarvis. So Jarvis now with the ball. He decides to go quickly and low and flat into their forward line. Hands up there, but Jelenic read it nicely off the hands. Goes back towards Saliba. A little bit too much carry. Gets out the back. May leads in the race for the ball, went one way, got the handball back aside to Jarvis, defended off, then got the handball back, and again, that little chip over the top wasn't well directed. Had Hennessy coming the other way, goes to Vaughan, Vaughan's at the handballs at them to Parrish, Parrish now onto Mulville, long into the forward line, Jones out the back, but it's a good pair of hands, and this time it's Bailey Kelly who has taken the mark. And he's only 20 metres out from goal, directly in front.
And Jed Hannessy's out in his feet there. Unbelievable effort. He had 2 or 3 cracks at it, and on that rebound, he had to beat 3 Colac players, and he did. And that's going to set up an opportunity at goal. So well done, Jed Hennessy.
Good spread of goal kickers here for the Geelong District side. Bailey Kelly will add to that if he kicks straight from 20 metres out directly in front. He kicks that straight over the umpire's head. They now have their 13th. They're 13-12. They lead Colac on 2 goals. 5 P&R Foods. Third quarter.
Well, yeah, as I said, great setup from Geelong District. It's more of a free-flowing game now, don't you think, Rob? It seems like the skills have gotten a bit better, and maybe it's as the players have got more tight, there's more space around the ground. They're using the whip as well. Even when Colac get it, they just seem a lot more composed, but Geelong and District just going forward, that overlapped handball and the metres gained going forward. I'd love to see that stat because Geelong and District, they love when they get the ball across half back, especially, they just love to run and carry with the football.
Yeah, whether it's the appetite to tackle or the strength to do it, but players are certainly getting clear of stoppages where they weren't in the first half. So in the middle now, Gin, who's really been dominant this quarter, he's got the ball away there, but a teammate comes through. That's a Mack. He can't control the ball. Colac win it back. But they lose it again to Geelong, and going away with the ball is Murdoch. Long kick straight towards goal, giving his forwards an opportunity. McPherson comes out. Saliba has come out, got one high. He kicked the goal from almost his exact spot in the earlier part of the game, I reckon, and he is on track for another. High tackle, he'll be picked from, actually, no, he missed that earlier one from here, but it's almost an identical spot. He may have learnt something from the earlier one.
Maybe a little bit further out, which sometimes helps, Rob, because they just kick through the ball. They don't quite worry about the accuracy as much.
So Carmelo Saliba for the Geelong side, and that's an ugly-looking half-torp slap helicopter that just made the distance through for one behind only. 13-13-91. Colac and District are 2-5-17. Geelong well in front, 74 points in front. 20-minute mark of the P&R Foods third quarter, and it's Jarvis now for Colac. That is a beautiful long kick down centre wing, looking for a teammate. He's got him over the back, but the ball beats him over the boundary line, and I think that is a lasso. Yes, it is. Back into the middle of the ground. Hennessy hand passes over the pack there to Parrish. He kicks into the forward line for Geelong, but Colac have been very, very strong in defence again. This kick out of the defence has been their problem all afternoon. They haven't been able to nail it, and it's given Geelong a chance to win it back. This time it's gone out of bounds, so we'll get a set up again, and Geelong can propel into the forward line once again, where they've spent most of the third quarter.
Peter McPherson a bit slow to get up from that contest.
Hopefully he's all right. So the last thing we want is a player to get injured representing their league on this day.
He just got a bit. He's getting better as he gets more mobile.
Yeah, he sent the trainer away, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, just like a newborn calf finding his feet. Ball's thrown up centre wing, falls straight down at the feet of the ruckman, and Hennessy drops a tackle on very, very quickly. And sorry, that was Murdoch, and the ball drops to ground. Parrish picks up that nice clean hit out, but hand passes directly to the feet of a Colac opponent. He's tackled immediately. And we'll have another ball up. Well, centre wing, far side of the ground. Matheson gets a neat tap out, but to no real advantage to his team. Murdoch breaks through with a tackle, gets it to Gin. Gin across to Parrish by hand. Parrish now a low pass into the forward line. Intercepting there as Colac can't hold the mark, but it stopped a chest mark from Carr, who was coming hard in behind that. But unfortunately for Geelong, didn't make its mark. So the ruck work there, tapped down immediately, picked up by Geelong. Murdoch gets hold of our hand pass now. He's within range, kicks long from centre half forward. The goal umpire likes it. The Geelong side like it. The Raiders are happy again. That's 14-13-97 they are now. 22 minutes into the P&R Foods third quarter. And Colac stuck at 2-5. 17's getting uglier, Archie.
It is, Rob. It's out and out dominance, I'm happy to say now, from the Raiders. Geelong just winning all over the ground. Even when Colac seemed to go forward, Geelong's half back line, and Dixon and Mobile's back there at the moment. Harms, Perkins has been good down back. They've just had a good comprehensive display all over the ground. And I wouldn't be surprised if this margin blows out well past 120, 130 points by the end of the day, which is not what you want to see in an Interleague game.
So ball back in the middle of the game. This time Jim brings the ball down, picked up there by Price. Quick boot goes back into their half forward line. So Colac now well in advance. We're in attack now. Ball coming out. Jelenic read that nicely again from the defence. Goes short out towards centre wing. Little trap outside was nice. And the handball goes up over the top. Ends up in the hands of Ramos. Ramos round the body, goes to the forward pocket. That's a better kick going in. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too wide. And the free kick will go back to Geelong. Ryan Perkins will be the recipient. So between half back and back pocket, Ryan Perkins with ball in hand. Options are that he will go straight down the ground. No one leading at this stage, so a long kick going in. Mark not taken out there. Gin can't claim that because it come out of somebody's hands, but again, through Murdoch, they win possession of the ball, go outside to Mac. Mac on the right boot, goes long into their forward line. Saliba is in front, tried to protect the space.
Holding.
Don't know. Didn't quite see that.
No, I
was
didn't
holding his,
see that either.
holding his ground. The player behind him was just standing in behind him, I thought.
Penalised for shepherding, actually.
I think it's the forward's favourite trick. You actually hold the jersey, the opponent's player, and they give the free kick to you. It's very hard to be a backman these days, isn't it, Smithy?
It is. Wouldn't like to play there now. Saliba. Again, another opportunity, this time from directly in front of goal. He connected better with this one, but again, it is offline and through for another minor score. So he had 1 goal through this afternoon. 14-14. Geelong District League lead Colac 2-5. P&R Foods third quarter. We've gone almost 25.
Mulgrew kicks along out from defence, but that is a poor kick. Lands in the arms of Kelly for Geelong. So they'll come back in. He's got a couple of short options, but he's going longer into the forward pocket. Players go up. No one can hold the ball. It's come down to the to ground level. Riccardi gets it to Saliba. He kicks long into the hot spot. Carr comes out, can't hold the mark. Coming out of defence now for Colac and doing a very good job to clear the ball away is Grist. He gets it to centre wing. He can't quite get it to a man. They had to fight at ground level again to get it. It's a little handy kick forward. Reid drops the mark. He's tackled immediately, forced a handball right on the cricket pitch in the middle of the ground. And the umpire said Colac were infringed and they'll take a free kick. He'll kick it off the cricket pitch. It's a low pass, intercepted by Parrish, which stops the leading forward. Mulville in there battling to get the ball, gets it, hand passes it out in the direction of Parrish, but that's beautifully intercepted there by Zavalia. He kicked into the centre half forward position, hand passed over the back of the pack, trying to get some clearance for Colac. They had a little bit, but Jelenic again relieves pressure for Geelong. Kicks straight down the middle of the ground. Colac win possession again. Reid hand passes into some space. A quick little kick, but again, Geelong defence is in the way. Mulgrew grabs it. Can't go anywhere. Tackled, and there'll be a ball up just inside the 50-metre arc. Colac in attack for the first time in a long time in this quarter and goes deep into the forward 50 from a quick kick from that hit out. But again, it's Mulville who relieves pressure for Geelong. Kicks out into the wing. Not very well necessarily. It's into space. Colac have the ball. Tackled, but it's over the boundary line. 98 plays 17. That shows on the scoreboard directly where the boundary umpire will throw this ball from. We're 26 and a half minutes into the P&R Foods third quarter.
Interested to hear guys' votes at the end of the game, but so far, Benny Mulville right up there for me.
Very much so. He's been one of the good players. Reid at the front, but Gin comes over the back, gets his hand on the ball, comes through. Riccardi is thrown out of the way. Mulgrew, who's been prominent this quarter, kicks forward. Coming out for Geelong there was Dixon, couldn't hold the mark. He's tackled immediately when he picked up his own crumb. We'll have a ball up. 40 metres out, directly in front. Colac in attack. A long, long way behind. They desperately needed a goal to keep the interest up. Reid slaps it forward for his team, but immediately dragged to the ground. Ramos trying to get hold of the ball. Jelenic doing a really good job in there, trying to defend for Geelong. He's tackled. The umpire may very well ping him for that, and he in fact has. That is a free kick to Colac. It'll be Juanita Ramos, former Bannockburn junior player, had a little bit of time at North Geelong, but he's now finished up at Illawarra playing in the Colac League, and he's been selected in this side today. He's been had a quiet first half, but he's been a lot more prominent in this quarter. He'll now have a shot from goal. A bit tighter than 45 degrees, but only 30 metres out. It leaves the foot. He looks happy. His teammates are very happy. Third goal for the Colac side this afternoon, 3-5-23, but Geelong are 14-14-98.
Sum that up very well, Rob. So, Ramos, how long ago did he play in the GDFL?
Well, he was a teenager when he broke in. They blooded a lot of young players in the 1 year, didn't they, Dale? He was one of them, and it was pretty prominent. He played 20 games, I think it was in 2021 or 2
right
or
around
something.
the time they winning flags as well. So, yeah, to break into the team is a very good effort.
Yeah, and he's been a bit of a journeyman since, but he looks like he might have found his spot in a new home up at Colac.
So from the ruck contest, the ball comes out. It's Hickey that gives the handball out wide. Went to his teammate, Finn Parrish. He was tackled. There's too many players around, including two of his own.
Could he?
Surrounded by his own players more than anyone else. And umpire says that we're going to have it back. So Again, ball thrown up in the middle of the ground. This time Reed taps the ball down. It's going to be one out of there, but it was intercepted there by Finn Parrish. Evades a little tackle, kicks the ball into their half-forward line. Going back with the ball there was Handley. Got the handball outside to his teammate in Swain, and he goes wide. That's a nice-looking kick. The mark taken out there by Frampton. Swings back inside. Kick missed a couple of targets, but it's going to work okay. They've got some numbers here. They just need to pick the ball up. They've done so. Handball comes outside from Hutchison. But it's been turned over. Hickey again gets the ball back and going the other way is Adams. He's got some time and some space. Handballs over the top to Hannessy. Back to Adams now on that left boot. Little chip into the half-forward line. Nicely weighted kick. Marr taken out there. Riccardi it is. Goes quick. Kick was smothered off the boot. Goes into the hands of Jarvis. He got the handball out, but it ends up in the hands of Primer, who snaps a goal.
Is it going to count?
And it will.
And it will.
And he has got his third goal of the afternoon, the 15th for the Geelong District side. They are 15-14. They lead Colac District on 3-5 as the siren has sounded. And it is three-quarter time. So at three-quarter time, as we said, 15 goals, 14 to Geelong, a 3-5 to Colac. Now, the spread of goals is pretty big here. We've got Primer with 3, 2 to Carr, 2 to Mulville, and then 1 each to Jones, McPherson, Murdoch, Kelly, Saliba, Camilleri, and Hickey. And for the Colac and District side, Morrissey, his goal early, Ramos and Mulgrew each have 1. Take a short break, come back, final call to action, not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. You get 15-14. 104, they lead the the Colac and District Football League 3-5-23. Geelong have been able to kick 3 in the first, 6 goals in the second and 6 in the third quarter, and have been pretty consistent in their performance. But Colac come out of the blocks after half-time, Arch, but weren't able to sustain that run for too long.
Yeah, exactly right. I think Rob summed it up perfectly. They really came out looking like they're ready to play in that second half. And I thought, oh, here comes a comeback, but Geelong and District too good, and it was a great coaching move straight away when Lynchy saw that Colac had the run on. They put a player behind the ball, and they got a couple of goals back their way, and then they just played it from then on in that third quarter, and that was an all-out dominant display. Really like the game of Mulville, Ben Mulville. I thought his first quarter, especially when the game was up for grabs, he's been forward, he's been back, he's been in the ruck at times. I thought Jed Hannessy that quarter, I thought he just showed that class and poise. It was missing early on in the game, and it was good to see one of the better players on the ground as well as Matty Jelenic. I've loved the way he's played, and his backman, you don't get a lot of love sometimes, especially on the stat sheet, but he definitely evens all his contests, and I love the way he attacks the ball. For Colac as well, thought Joel Cooper at times when he gets the ball dashing away, he loves to take a bounce, take the game on, look forward. He's got a beautiful kick on him, but just hasn't been able to link as much as he'd like. And Mulgrew as well, Colac, he's been back end forward wherever they really need him at the moment. He looks like he's starting in the midfield this quarter, so yeah, there's been some good players from both teams, but Geelong, the Raiders, have just been a touch true better for Colac at this stage.
Just a quick around the grounds, and for Colac listeners, something to cheer about. Your netball team won 58-53, and the GFL team is leading one of Dale's old teams, Bell Park, 55-22. Must be around about three-quarter time as well. So there is some good news for the Colacians.
Final quarter just about to take place, and umpire with ball in hand throws it in the air. Gin is his run. Also Reed in there. Ball goes towards Mulgrew. He can't pick the ball up. Well, he does pick the ball up. Tackled by Finn Parrish, and umpire will ask for it back very quickly. And that's a good decision. Kane Learson would have just asked for effort at three-quarter time, I reckon. So the ball now from that ruck contest. Reed kicks the ball off the ground, so they put it into their half-forward line. They come up and meet the ball. Handball goes out the back there from Grist. It was nice enough. Melville couldn't pick the ball up. Ball's still around there. Grist has got the handball again. Put his teammate, tried to give it to his teammate, but he was under a bit of pressure. They keep moving the ball forward. They're running it towards their goals, but the umpire eventually comes in and will ask for it to come back.
It was almost rugby the way they were forcing the ball forward there.
So quick throw up there by the umpire, and again from that contest. Ball taken out of the air. Oh, don't know whether he had a prior opportunity, but umpire's going to give the free kick, goes to Parrish, goes out wide. Camilleri takes the mark, goes by hand, outside now to Perkins. Perkins goes along the boundary line. Cooper Vaughan's there, but the ball out the back will find Kelly. Kelly gets himself back into the field of play after coming off the hill on the far side. He's got a little option out the back. He wants to go to him. That will be used. Jack Hall in some space by himself. He chips the ball back inside, and again coming up, it is Camilleri from Geelong, and he's a defensive side of centre wing. He's going to play on now, go straight down the line. The number of players out there, ball over the back. Did it go out of bounds on the full? Not quite. Umpire will ask to have it thrown back in. So they move the ball. It's in between their centre wing and their half-forward line, Geelong District Football League. So Ruckman have pushed himself down there. We know Elijah Reid doing all the ruck work in there for most of the day. Gin taps the ball back to where it's going to be dangerous. Ball goes into the middle of the ground. Ball, it's Adams over the top of it. Was taken off the contest. Picked up out there and works forward there by Grist. Handball goes out to Mulgrew. Little shimmy gets around the player coming at him. Kick goes out wide. Will it be touched before it goes over the line? No, it wasn't. Free kick going to Geelong District Football League. Benny Mulville, looks like the recipient out there. So Mulville from the half-back line. Kicks the ball now. Goes towards their half-forward line. Again, the spoil is taking place over the boundary line. So 2 minutes 20 in this final quarter, 15-14. Geelong District, 3 goals, 5 Colac.
So ball in hands now with the umpire in between true centre wing and half forward for the Raiders. By hazarding now. Ruckman just on spot. Jin got the ball down, trying to find Murdoch. He couldn't quite. Now Murdoch goes back and gets it. Opportunity for Parrish going inside the forward 50 here for the Raiders. Where's Carr? He couldn't quite get there. Ball over the back now. Colac got to defend gallantly. They've got a handball over the top. Sanders has the ball. Gets the 1-2. That was very well done. Now they're going to kick out of defence. Genuine one-on-ones on this side of the ground. Adams was there and it was beautifully taken on that occasion. They're going to go forward through Zeedville. And a great mark taken in defence from Mulville. He's got a good game today. He's going to go straight up the guts, and it's a good kick. He finds Camilleri. Now Hannessy inside the forward 50, trying to find McPherson. Couldn't get it on the half volley. Ball hits the deck. Coming out now, Colac. Still there, Ricciardi, trying to dance his way around as he does. Colac, that might be holding the ball. McPherson got the tackle out. Might come out to Murdoch. He does. He throws it on the boot, and he kicks the goal. Michael Murdoch out of the pack. Kicks the first of the last quarter, 16-14, 110 to 3-5-23. Now, we have gone 4 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
A bit of dismay by the Colac defence there, thinking they had earned a free kick for a push. The umpire said no. Didn't see that, boys. Sorry, and that was a good little bit of work by Murdoch. Very opportunistic. He knew where the goals were. He had very, very small opportunity of time and got it onto the boot perfectly, and that's the first big score of the last quarter, 16-14. Now it's a very good score, and the game's starting to open up. And hopefully it doesn't become really ugly. But that defensive effort from Colac was not what it should have been. It's Gin now. He gets the tap out to himself, kicks it long into the forward line over the back of the pack. Oh, Carr missed an opportunity there, but he's got a second one. He's got around to the right hand, snapped across his body, but right across the face of goal, and it is out of bounds on the far forward pocket. Carr had some opportunities, had a fumble, won it back, got clear to have a snap, but he couldn't get the right connection on the foot. And he's now lining himself up around the ball to try and win it back and have another go. He loves a goal, this boy. Provides a real spark in the forward line for any team he plays with. Ball's thrown up. It's a shallow throw. No one can get it away there, but, that's a very poor effort by Carmody to try and get away from the pack. He's got it back, but it's intercepted there by Hennessy. Pushes forward, but Colac get the ball again. Another poor hand pass. It's puts so many players under pressure. He's pinged that fella. He's got to be done for holding the ball. And Geelong win it back through Hickey. Hickey kicks long into the forward line. Carr comes out, drops the mark, picks up the crumb. Can't get it back, though. Good defence there by Colac player there in O'Shannessy. Gets it down along the wing, but beats both players over the boundary line. Right underneath the scoreboard. 5.5 minutes into the final quarter. That's Morris Finance. Hall gets the ball, kicks down the line. It's marked there by Camilleri. Breaks away from his opponent. Long drop punt into the forward pocket. But again, it's O'Shannessy who comes out and takes the mark for Colac in defence. O'Shannessy looking for an option. Kicks it and finds Handley, the son of former Geelong player Stephen Chopper Handley, playing up at Birregurra now. He gets it to Jarvis, who I think is probably Colac's best player today. The way I've seen it, he's battled really, really hard today. That's a lovely kick down the line, looking for Carmody. It doesn't quite get to him over the back of the pack. Price picks up the ball, kicks long down the line. Marnie does a good job to intercept, but that was a brilliant tackle there by Murdoch on his opponent, and he's won the free kick for Geelong. Plays on quickly, kicks it into the forward pocket. Handley comes out, can't take the mark. He's drops the ball, but butters up, gets it again. Back to Jarvis. He cleverly taps it towards a teammate there, but he couldn't pick up the ball. Goes back into the pocket. Colac desperately trying to get it out of defence, but the ball has gone out over the boundary line, just around from us. It's 110 to 23, 6.5 minutes into the Morris Finance final quarter.
So, the umpire has ball in hand now, just in between, basically at the half forward line for the Raiders. Ball comes back in. Kelly pushed in the back, and the umpire was in perfect position. So he'll have an opportunity to go back. And he's a kick one today, Dale.
Yes, he has.
He has kicked one. So you'd have to kick it. He's going to be kicking from 50. So you have to kick it 55, get it over the line. It's approaching that 100-point margin as well. Not too many pundits would have picked this today. Bailey Kelly comes in now from 50, runs the arc, plays on, didn't get great purchase with the kick. Herschel Carr might fly, he did, Ball got over the back though, and we'll have a ball in no more than 15 metres out from the Raiders' goal. Still waiting for a high fly today, but a couple that didn't quite come to fruition. Mulgrew and Carr earlier on, but Saliba did have that good, nice one-handed mark. No, Kelly pushed out again now. Opportunity. Herschel Carr dropped the ball when he was trying to snap it. Also involved in there is Vaughan coming out. Banjo Hickey this way, that away, snap back, and couldn't quite screw it back far enough. So 16-15 now. Geelong Raiders, 111 points to 3-5-23. We've gone 8.5 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Swain doing the kicking this time. He's going to go short. Kick wasn't great off the boot, but first it intercepts. Kicks the ball off the ground. Did it go over the full? No, it didn't. Umpire said, let's throw it in. So another opportunity here now for Geelong District to score. So umpire just waiting to find his feet in the ground there. So he's right now. Got the ball thrown back in. Low throw. Reed taps the ball down again. Still in that same vicinity. It's not going to come out of there to the umpire. Has asked for it to come back to him. It's about 25 to 30 metres out from the Geelong District goal. Ball from that contest. Again, they try and clear the area. It comes out this time. O'Shannessy picks the ball up and goes long back over the middle of the ground towards his teammate there. Handball over the top was from Cooper, but it's been intercepted there again. Janelic runs from defence, kicks into their half-forward line, coming out. Vaughan trapped the ball nicely. Camilleri outside, can step back inside, go long towards goal. Will it run? Will it swing back? No, it won't, through for a minor score. 1-2 to take Camilleri, and that is 16-16 now for the Geelong District side. 3-5 Colac. PNR Foods, we have gone 8.5.
It's plenty of players prepared to run and link up now. Geelong are really starting to play some good team footy, as I suppose the effort of the opposition is just falling away a little bit through tiredness, and I guess the scoreboard takes the zing out of them. That's a lovely kick up the middle of the ground to Price. He couldn't control the mark. Parrish is dragged off the ball. Could have got a free kick, didn't, but it comes over the back to Mulville. He gets it back inside to Hall, and a lovely left foot pass from Hall. Down the ground finds Vaughan. He marks at half forward. He finds a spare man and finds him as he kicks long into the forward pocket, and that is Hennessy, who's run down. So he'll be kicking about 5 or 10 metres closer to goal, but he is directly in front, and he'll line up for Geelong's 17th for the afternoon. It's that sort of team play that's a little bit easier now as the pressure is eased.
He's one of those players, Rob. He doesn't need a lot of the pill, although he does get a lot of the pill quite often. But it's what he does with it, Ched Hennessy. Such a good user of the football.
So Hennessy lining up. Starts his run from the 50-metre arc, kicks from 40. The goal umpire moves to the left, taps himself on the shoulder, which suggests he's missed, and he has. 16-17, 113 Colac, 3-5. They play on immediately, and the ball's in the back pocket. O'Shannessy kicked that in. He's played pretty well this afternoon. Been under an enormous amount of pressure. But on the far side of the ground now, Colac kicked the ball half-back flank. It's wide, far too wide, and it's gone out of bounds. And Geelong will win possession back again. And it will be Dixon. Haven't seen much of him this afternoon, but he's got the ball now, kicks into the forward line, looking for a leading Murdoch over the back of the pack, and Jarvis again mops up for the Colac side. Been very impressed with his game this afternoon. Kicks across goal to O'Shannessy, who also has been good. He hand passes it back to the running Jarvis. Jarvis to Price. Price to the feet of O'Shannessy, but he's good enough to pick it up. They've mucked that up very badly. Coming through is Matheson. He's tackled immediately by Parrish. The umpire said no prior, and we'll have a ball up. Right on the 50-metre arc, Geelong still in attack.
So ball up now. Gin with a big fist over the top. Hennessy there. He couldn't quite. Colac trying to defend. Chip kick over the top, but Parrish is there. He's got the ball for the Raiders. 65 metres out from goal now. Just assesses his options. Takes his time. Kicks in the path of Carr. McPherson there as well too from Colac. Flew. Umpire didn't pay the mark. Now is that a sling tackle? Umpire says no prior opportunity. So we'll have a ball up 25 metres out from the Raiders goal. And I think McPherson looks like he's got a little bit of cramp. So Kelly in the ruck for the time being for the Raiders. McPherson, don't worry about that cramp. He butters up and lays the tackle. So I'm another stoppage, 20 metres out now from goal. Up again now. Ball hit out into space. Nearly had an opportunity for Carmody. Couldn't quite now. Quickly on the boot. Parrish is there. Going back with the flight. Couldn't quite. Was Adams. Now Adams and Parrish have a gang tackle. And we'll have another stoppage. 50 metres out from the Raiders' goal on the half-forward flank. So up again now. Watch for Hennessy. Geelong didn't even fly in that rock contest. Now the ball's stuck under Hennessy. Couldn't quite get it out. That might have been a throw. The umpire didn't see it. And it was a good 1-2 on that occasion by Hutchinson. Down the line, Marnie couldn't quite. The ball's going to go out of bounds just in front of the Colac interchange bench. Close enough to true centre wing. We'll have a ball in. 16, 17, 113, 35, 23. We're approaching that 100-point margin. Will be Geelong's next goal. Ball coming back in now. The undersized Gin wins the ball out, although he's tapped it into the path of his Price, his opponent. He might get the 1-2. Carmody has that. So Patrick Variety. The amble to his teammate. He couldn't quite get it. Now Hickey. Oh, that was a throw. The umpire's seen that one. So
In the right side of the pack that time.
couldn't get away with that, Adams. He tried to, and been very impressed with Price's game as well. Rob, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, Price has been good. Battled really hard.
So he's going to go.
A disappointing Colac side.
Definitely right.
Pretty
So
handy kick into the middle of the ground.
definitely. So go back inside now, or not the best pickup. Although he's done very well on that occasion. They're going to go back. Opportunity for Matheson. Has the ball now. So kick wider again and find that man on cue. Jet Price. Just in front of us in the broadcast position. In between halfback and true centre wing. He's going to go down that line. Opportunity for Mulker. He flies. It was well done from Hickey. Now Gin involved. Hennessy might get the ball here. He does. Always seem to have time and space. Hennessy, although that's not a very good kick. He might butter up though. Now the ball is in congestion in the middle of the ground and we'll have a stoppage. So 16, 17, 113 to 3, 5, 23. We've gone 15 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Gin doing the ruck work up against Matheson. Over the top. Ball goes back. Picked up Hennessy. Handballs over the top. Got some space out there. And it's Dixon that gets the ball out towards centre wing. Good hands out there, Jones. So Jones now will turn and spin and go quickly to the half centre wing. Mack in space. Another one further down the line. Goes to Murdoch. And again, he can continue to run. In some space. Has a look up. Goes into the forward line. Kick wasn't good. Whedon intercepts the ball. Out the back now in the hands of Jarvis. Took a bounce. Didn't come back to him, but he went back and collected it. Has time to get away again. Goes back outside. Straight into the hands of Wilson Mack for Geelong District. Brings the ball back inside. Hennessy off a step now. Plants the ball. Goes back towards centre half forward. Ball from that contest. Runs through. Who's going to be the first to arrive? Kicked off the ground. It will go out of bounds beside the behind post. And umpire will ask for it to be thrown back in. Matheson is going to do the ruck work. Bailey Kelly will be doing the work for the Geelong District side down there. Thrown back in by the umpire. Brought to the front of the contest. Price. Yes, it is Price. Picks the ball up. Comes back outside. Goes back towards centre wing. Marnie's there. Interference there. Free kick will go to Zybel. He plays on now and runs and gets the handball back inside. Back towards Price. Needs to move it on quickly and does so. Kick off the side of the boot. Will it stay in the field of play? I don't think it does. Oh, actually, thought that was out of bounds to the full. Umpire was a bit closer than me.
I think the video review would have called that out on the full, but I reckon it was a very good decision by the umpire under those conditions.
So he's now got the ball. Umpire is again attacking side of the centre. It's time for Colac in their attacking end. Matheson ruck work ball, and neither ruckman gets a hand on it. Comes out the back, or was going to come out the back, but it's picked up there by Gin. Got the handball back outside to Camilleri. He's been good also today. His kick was trying to favour his teammate out in the centre wing, but a mark has been taken out there. Maybe Frampton that's got the ball. It is, and he plays on. He goes outside wide. Mark will be taken on the second hand, and that was by Kent. So he's now just forward of centre wing on the far side of the ground. Little chip up over the top. Again, good ground. Mark being taken out there. Could be Hutchison. Plays on and brings the ball back across the ground. Goes looking for Price. Oh, he was up. Didn't finish the mark off. Push, says the umpire. Too sure that was the case, but both players looked like they'd be trying to take the mark. And it's Price now from the true centre half forward position. Plays on around the mark. Goes past Vaughan. Ball kicks out wide. Again, the numbers are out there, and it's going to be picked up by Hall. Hall gives the ball back to Mulville. Mulville steps back inside. Little use of the ball is okay because they've been able to maintain possession of it. Brings the ball back towards centre wing. Picked up out there was by Swain, but he's turned the ball over. Again, back into the forward line. Coming through, some good attacking work out there in defence by Hay. He was slung as he kicked the ball, but it's going to come back the other way. It's back in now in the hands of Hickey. Handballs outside. Hannessy gets around one. Could have used Gin. Decides to take a bounce. Works to Murdoch. Murdoch outside to Camilleri. Camilleri chip into the half-forward line. Mark is taken out there by Primer. Now he's in range here. He could probably go back and shoot for goal. Camilleri's made some space further down the field. He's got some numbers. Vaughan's out the back if he wants to use him.
Hennessy short.
But he decides to take him on himself, Cameron Primer.
And this was always his preferred option. He was looking at a couple of others, but I reckon he knew what he was going to do.
So he's got 3 straight today. He has been one of the accurate players kicking towards goal.
Home ground advantage.
Can put his 4th on the board here with a straight kick. Runs and kicks. He's had to ask a little bit much of it there and is just offline through for a minor score. 16-18 and now Geelong District Football League lead Colac 3-5. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard. We have gone 19 minutes.
Archie, I reckon if the margin was 9 points and not 90 points, he might be getting a visit from the runner after that because that was a bit selfish. He had plenty of options and ignored
exactly
all
right.
of them.
At this stage, I don't think Pauling should mind.
No, he won't mind too much. Ball is now out of bounds on the far side of the ground. And we're about to have a throw in. There's still a bit of sting in the contest as quite a few of the Colac players are still going in quite hard. As you'd expect, the Pride will be kicking in at this stage. That's all they've got left to support them. Over the back of the pack. Very clever work then. I think is that Chalanik? He gets it right across. Hickey was it? Gets it right across the ground to Adams. Adams plays on to a Camilleri. He kicks it forward looking for Riccardi. But he was muscled back towards the line and the ball was punched through for a minor score. 16-19, 115 now to 3-5-23. We've gone, is that 20 minutes or 29 minutes? 20 minutes into the Morris Finance final quarter. So we'll still have at least 6 or 8 minutes here. The 100-point margin would be a target, I imagine, from the players as I look up at the scoreboard. That is a great mark at the back of the pack there. I think that's by Swain for Colac. He finds a teammate further down the ground. That's very good work. He'll pass with hand inside to Price. Price is going to kick long into the forward line, but looking for a man. But Jelenik has cut that off and gets it across to Stoney. Stoney kicks down the line and looks for Hennessy, who's had a very good game, particularly good second half of the game. Very prominent. A short kick from him down the line. And he'll find Mulville, who's been a consistent 4-quarter player for Geelong. He kicks down the line and finds a teammate. In the middle of the ground is Parrish, who's also been a very consistent 4-quarter player. He goes forward now and he finds a teammate. That's a low pass and Riccardi takes a mark. It was Zane Jones, who we expected a lot from before the game. He hasn't really been able to get his running game going, but he was away there.
Maxi Aller talked him up, didn't he?
He did talk him up, and he's hit Riccardi on the chest. He'll have to kick from 52 metres. I don't know if the youngster's got that good a hoof, but we're about to find out. Riccardi directly in front. Kick between the centre square line and the 50-metre arc. He certainly got the distance. He's kicked that a good 58 metres, and it's straight through the middle for his first for the afternoon, his team's 17th. And that takes the margin to 98 points. And we're 21 minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Got stars all over the ground for the Raiders today. Talk about Jed Hennessy. Look, he runs from half forward line and he ran all the way to the back pocket. Didn't get a kick, and then still pushed up and got a kick in the wing. And then just a handball received. Mulville as well. It looks like he's chucked him down back in most of the second half, but he's been everywhere today. And what a kick from Riccardi. It hasn't been his day. Sometimes with a small forward, it is hard. You're not going to always have your day, but he took his opportunity when it came to him.
I certainly lapped that up.
So Back in the middle now, Mulville doesn't even jump, but he sharks his opponent. That was beautifully done from Ben Mulville. Goes inside the forward 50 opportunity. McPherson over his head. Opportunity for Raiders. They got the numbers. Couldn't quite drop the ball. Still there. It looks like McPherson is hugged up against the pocket. He couldn't from there. No, just the minus score. Brings it to 99 points. 17-20, 122 to 3-5-23. 22 and a half minutes gone. Morris Finance. You have to go collect that football. This is the ball movement we were asking for from the first bounce, wasn't it, Rob?
Yeah, definitely. And
it's
the sort of way I'd hoped the game was played. But certainly Colac have been defensively strong. They've put pressure on, but that's waned, and Geelong are really starting to open up now and play some good flowing footy.
Definitely. The ball comes out. Mark was dropped on that occasion by Lions. Stuck under there. Marnie has it. He's going to make sure it's a stoppage. It is. So we'll have a ball up in front of us in the broadcast position. In between true centre wing and half forward for the Raiders. Is Mulville going to jump this time? He is going to contest in the ruck. He tries to get it in the path to his teammate Zane Jones. He couldn't quite grab it. Price is there. He might try and keep the ball in. It stays in, but not to his advantage. Now Parrish, he's got some space. Runs to 45. Kicks in the top of the goal square. McPherson takes the mark. And he's picked at least one today, Dale. Is that right?
Benny McPherson has got one.
He's got one. He'll go back and kick his second. You can put it in the book now. Have a shot from no more than 10 metres directly in front. And this will be the 100-point margin after this shot. Not too many people would have picked this, and he's kicked it. Some icing on the cake for the Geelong and District Football League. 18-20, 128 to Colac. 3-5-23. We have gone 24 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
I don't know when the stats will come out, but I would reckon that Finn Parrish has probably been the most productive player on the ground. Not necessarily all of them smooth possessions, but he's been very prominent evenly over the 4 quarters, and that was a very good kick into that hot spot, and it gave McPherson the chance to use his body, ease his opponent out, and take a really strong mark and kick a goal, which is an important goal because it's a 3-figure goal.
So the ball in the ruck again. Benny Mulville just didn't jump again. He decides just to rove off, but couldn't take it cleanly. Ball comes out into the hands of Hutchinson. Tries to get it onto his boot. Again, McPherson through the middle. It was Mulville to try to work his way through the contest. Picked up by Parrish. Handballs over the top to Mac. Mac's out in some space now. Got a handball to Riccardi. Riccardi gets around one. Now gets out. Needs to use the ball and does that nicely. Goes outside looking forward to McPherson. Spins. Goes back on the right boot. Chips to the pocket. Coming out. Mark not taken there. Could have been an infringement there. Max followed down the ground. Tried to feed it through the player's legs, and that was Handley, but he's equal to the occasion. Gets up and kicks the ball over the top. Unfortunately, that's going to run over the boundary line. And we're going to have the old lasso that will be working once again. So the ball from Camilleri this time. He's going to put the ball back, goes long into their forward line. Mark comes out the back, handball gains up the hands of Carr, couldn't finish it off. Neither could Bourne, goes across the ground, out there towards Marnie. He's got some players beside him, uses the handball now, goes to Hennessy, screws it round from the pocket back towards goal. That's pretty good. Well, actually, it was comes off Bourne's hands, and it's going to be forced through for a minor score.
His own teammate touched that. Was it going through?
With mile on the line, you just don't know where the bounce is going to go. So maybe the option was there to mark it, but doesn't matter. It's going to be Jarvis this time bringing the ball back in from full back. So Jarvis will come and clubber him side of the ground. He delivers the ball out long. Mark required out there. There's not going to be one taken. Ball's going to go over the boundary line. So as we go over 26 minutes, final quarter, it's 18-21, 129 to 3-5-23. Geelong have that lead, and with only probably 2 or 3 minutes left to go in this game.
Yes, 106-point margin at this stage. Boundary throw in not far from where we're sitting in this commentary box this afternoon. Mulville very cleverly over the back. Murdoch is tackled and dragged to the ground immediately. And we'll have a ball up right on the corner of the centre square we are now. Slightly Geelong side of the attack. Mulville, who's done a very good job with the palming of the ball this afternoon and reading of the ruck play. Even picks up the crumb now, drives it forward, but that's a very strong mark in defence from Colac defence. They've got themselves in trouble now. They've been caught. They will pick up a crumb, though, get it out and relieve some pressure back into the middle of the ground. And that's, he's dropped the mark there. Unfortunately for the Colac side in the middle of the ground. Ball bobbles out the back of the pack. It's now Ramos who picks it up for Colac. Hand passes it to Matheson. He gets it back from Ramos. Across to Price by hand. And Price, a long, low pass into the forward line. Gets past everybody. Running out the back is Hall. Hall hand passes inside to Dixon. He comes back, kicks across the ground, and there on the far side of the ground on his own is Perkins. Perkins down the wing, and now Mack is on his own, centre wing. He's got time and space, kicks into the pocket, and I think the siren has beaten Cameron Primmer. Although the umpire, no, he's not going to pay it. He's called it off. It is the game is all over at 18-21, 129. Colac 3-5-23. 106-point margin to Geelong, and that ends the Morris Finance final quarter. Dale Smith, goal kickers for today, please.
Yes, Cameron Primmer with 3, 2 each to McPherson, Murdoch, Mulville, and 1 each to Riccardi, Jones, Kelly, Vaughan, Saliba, Camilleri, and Hickey. A really good spread of goal kickers there for the Geelong side. Collingham District side, Morrissey, he got his one early in the first quarter. Ramos and Mulgrew both have one for the afternoon. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and try and give a 3-2-1 here today. And obviously, we've got to make a decision, I suppose, on where we're going to go next week too, do we, at this stage? I don't think that decision's been made.
Yeah,
you're not here, so you'll have no say.
I'm getting off with Maxi Della.
You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. A convincing win here this afternoon to the local side, Geelong District Football League. Geelong District Football Netball League. They run out winners 18-21, 129 to 3-5-23. As I said to you before, a fine spread of goals. I think there was over 10 goal kickers for the local side. So they'd be pretty happy with their performance out there this afternoon. And we probably will probably not see a margin like that again, I wouldn't think, at this level of football. But as I said, it's a good result for the home side after last year only being able to scrape over the line, Rob.
Yeah, definitely. It was a different type of game. We're hoping that Colac could get back in it. But although their tenacity was there, I think their field kicking was the problem. They were able to win possession, but they just couldn't keep it. They were turning the ball over consistently through the day. And although Geelong's skills in the first half were probably not an awful lot better, they were still able to manage some better efforts to get some score on the board at least. They had 9 goals at half-time to 2, and they kicked another 9 to 1. And that one from Cole actually came in the first couple of minutes of the second quarter, third quarter. Sorry, so it was one-sided traffic for the majority of the second half. 18-21 to 3-5. Best players were there was a few of them that that stood out. I thought Hennessy was very, very good. Murdoch was very good, and Jelenik in defence was particularly good. I was also loved the game of Banjo Hickey. He was very energetic, but I sort of got down to the final three. I just love the game of Reece Ginn and the ruck. We talked this at the start of the game that there wasn't going to be a big, strong, dominant man, but it was the athleticism of Ginn who kept chipping away around stoppages that opened up play and gave runners a go. I thought, in particular, his second half was exceptionally good, but a good second quarter as well. But loved his game. Finn Parrish, as I said, had the ball consistently through the day, but Ben Mulville playing as a defender and the chop out Ruckman Dale, I thought he was the best player on the ground. He was excellent. He opened up play, got runners going. I thought he was the best player.
So I thought I got it wrong. I thought we were choosing the best on ground medal, but it's actually Paul Lynch, the coach. I think who's choosing it, and some of the GDFL executives. So we chose Benny Mulville as the best on ground player, and actually Murdoch ended up getting it. I've just heard. So we'll have a medal presentation in front of us, which we will film for everyone. But yeah, I agree. I thought
Grubby's just got written here, Murdoch, Ginn and Mulville.
Oh, so Grubby's picked it once again. Well, he's never wrong, is he? So no, I thought Jed Hennessy played well all day. Probably a little bit of bias now. I thought Jelenik, I was really impressed with his game. Sometimes the back we don't get much love, as I said earlier, but no, he did really well.
He did play well,
and he just the 1%ers as well. You know, his tackles. Always getting a fist in. Never he's out of position from behind. Did very well. And then I thought Primer, I mean, he kicked 4 goals and, he wasn't dominant. And I thought, Herschel Carr as well. Probably wasn't his day where he didn't have everything, come to fruition, but I thought he played a pretty good game overall. And I thought the GDFL team in general, I thought they did a really, really good job.
Yeah, it was a good job because I said they performed well early. There was players that were in and out of the contest, and I said you go through the Geelong list, there wasn't too many players that you probably couldn't think were in amongst them. So in regards to that, I think the performance and the players they've been able to put up here this afternoon would obviously be very good. And Paul Price is here, obviously watching the game. Good to see Paul Price out there. But as I said, probably the game itself didn't reach the heights that we would have liked to have
Of
seen.
course, yeah.
So unfortunately, that's just part of football. Sometimes you get these games. As I said, the weather in looking at it all was generally fairly good for us. Yeah, just the only thing I'm not too sure what we need to do here from now, because I know that the best player has been awarded, but next week there's some games that we need to look at. Corio take on Werribee. I don't think that would be a match of the day status. East Geelong taking on Bellpost Hill, which is a game for consideration. Geelong West at home to North Geelong. Anarchy at home to Bannockburn. And Inverleigh and Belmont take on each other. So I think that's probably going to be one of the 2 games that we would go to.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're just doing this medal presentation now, so we can show that. Yeah, listen to this medal presentation.
Jones represented Interleague football for the GDFL 1984 to 1997. Played captain the side for 6 years in a row. The medal was named after him in 2002. Played 3 premierships within the Geelong against Footy League, won 2 Olympic medals. So, and the award goes to Michael Murdoch. As similar, 4-time, I think, our best experience winner. Interleague coach, and he loves this stuff. I'll call on Adam Harris, present the medal. Please fire. Our best player today, Jeff Price. So I'll let a room to shield, and I'll present that shield when the players have the shower and come in and have a drink and something to eat in the room. So the rest of the awards we'll do in there. Thank you.
you
did they give the players for the game here this afternoon for the Geelong District Football League? The best player there was Michael Murdoch. He definitely started the game very, very strongly, and he was thereabouts all day. And for the Colac and District Football League, Jet Price was awarded their best player on the ground. We're just going to get Arch to run through some sponsors here for us before we finish up and
Just
hand back to the
quickly,
network.
Morris Finance, Buckley's Entertainment, Red Onion, Pena Foods, Elders Insurance, Routley's Mark of the Day. We had a couple of good marks today. Kempy Engineering for Player of the Day, Beersdorf, Promote It Trophies, Frameline, Connectel, Raiders Bingo, Oswide Plumbing and Civil, the Athletes Foot, Club Warehouse, the Hotham, the Yards, Pulse 94.7, Sirocco Travel and Cruise, and the Como Hotel.
Well, that was, I would say, a disappointing day. And not so much the mud and the quality of footy disappointed me a bit. There was passages of play, but I think both sides just couldn't really get a flow on. The field kicking under the conditions was below expectation, and probably even some of the kicking for goal at times was disappointing. But it was a showcase for some of the better players, and I think the really good ones did pretty well in the end. There was some excellent performances individually in the Geelong side, but overall, you'd have to say from where we started, it was a disappointing outcome with a 100-point margin. Just for those who are interested, the Colac were able to win the netball 58-53 against the Geelong and District Football netball girls. So that was a good outcome. One each from the contestants for this afternoon. So that's probably not a bad day out, Arch.
No, not at all. And we really appreciate you coming to fill in today, Rob. Did a great job.
I really
as
enjoyed it. Thank you very
always.
much.
And yeah, it was a great showcase. I mean, obviously not the best of games, but it just shows, especially for the GDFNL, we have a lot of developing talent coming through. Some good youth, which we haven't always had in this league. So it's great to see that on showcase today. So yeah, it was a great day.
And I'm going to make a decision next week. We're going to go and watch East Geelong play Bellpost Hill at East Geelong next weekend. So that's where we'll be heading to. You've done the sponsors, have we?
Yeah.
Done the sponsors. So again, from everyone here this afternoon, we'd like to thank you for listening. Hopefully you can join us again next week. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
And thank you, Steelo, as always.